Ah, okay, hold on. I don't, it's already live. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hold on. Let me just set up studio mode so I can, get something on the screen. Uh, 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 hold on. What am I doing here? I'm doing this here. I'm doing this here. And then, I'm gonna have Nintendo Direct going. Oh wait, no, that's, I need the English one! YouTube's only showing me the Japanese one. YouTube's freezing now. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Page unresponsive. What do you mean? I swear the one time that I'm actually hold on. If I exit page, oh god, it's thank you. Thank you for the link. Thank you for the link. Google Chrome was unresponsive. Relaunch. No, no, no. Okay, we're good now. 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 I'm trying. I'm trying. My computer is not cooperating. Like, this is a really bad time for my computer to not be cooperating. Okay, okay, okay. Window capture. Do I have a window capture? Do I have a window capture? I don't think I do. Hold on. Window capture. Display capture? No, not display capture. Window capture. Window capture. Window capture. Window capture. I do have a window capture for that. Okay. It's taking 9,000 years to load. Okay, 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 okay. It's loading. It's taking 9,000 years. Oh god, it's my alarm clock. Did I not set it for the right time? Okay. No games yet. No games yet. It's Mario 40th. Okay, because that's good because it's still loading. Ugh. Page unresponsive? We rally. It's all good. I don't know. It's like, oh god, everything is breaking. Everything is breaking. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Am I live on YouTube? Am I live on YouTube? Everything is broken. Everything is broken. I'm assuming I'm live on Twitch because people are talking to me in chat. Okay. I'm assuming I'm live on YouTube. Oh my god, what is going on YouTube? What is going on YouTube? Okay. It says, okay, so end stream is showing up, so I'm assuming that means I'm live. I'm assuming that means I'm live. Okay. It's still taking 9,000 years to actually load. Okay, here we go. Okay, 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 okay. Can I full screen it? Can I please actually see the video and not just...
Keegan Michael Key
okay.
as Toad.
Okay, I pull this up, and the first thing that I see is just Jack Black as Bowser.
And as we continue to make progress on the Super Mario
okay, try 480p.
Movie,
No, it's not. It wasn't that. Okay, why is it on mute?
Why
can't I hear anything? Why can't I hear anything?
Then,
why can't I hear anything?
Thank you,
I can't hear anything.
You, Miyamoto-san.
Thank you, Chris.
Speakers. Oh, are my headphones
I'm
not
also
connected?
involved in the production every day, and I'm enjoying it.
It's not.
It's a movie worthy of the 40th anniversary. Please wait.
There's
a little
volume for us.
longer
Okay, so
its
you
release.
guys are hearing this. You guys are
While you're
hearing this.
waiting,
Let me turn that down because it's probably insanely loud.
Please take a look.
Because I'm not hearing anything. Are my headphones not connected? Super Mario. Okay. Show Bluetooth devices. Can I see my Bluetooth devices? Please show me my Bluetooth devices. Okay, here we go. Okay, sorry. I had it set too loud, and I just, like, blew my ears out. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Alright. We are alive and surviving. We are alive and surviving. Is everybody here? Let's go. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. The B in Bluetooth is for betrays you. I don't know. I think, to be fair, I think I have unrealistic expectations of my Bluetooth headphones. Because I feel like I'm like, how dare it not know which of the, like, 4 possible devices it can connect to that I want it to be connected to right now? How dare it not, like, automatically figure that one out? How dare? Okay, why is my full screen not working properly? I full screen the stream on the other monitor, and yet I'm still seeing the taskbar. I don't think it's showing up in your capture. I don't know how much you want the volume, but you can direct a little louder. Okay. I don't want to direct too loud because I don't know if that's gonna, like... I don't know what YouTube's rules are about, like, putting a stream. I know Twitch usually is okay with it. But I don't know what YouTube's rules are about, like, restreaming someone else's stream. I don't wanna, like, get DMCA'd. That's why I'm, like, having it lower. I don't wanna, like, put it on mute, but it's like...
That's right. It's the games that share the movie's title.
I don't know. What's an appropriate volume?
Super Mario Galaxy 2. Okay.
I think my BGM is still going. Should I turn it off? I'm gonna turn it off. Or maybe I should keep it on. See, these are the things I would have figured out ahead of time if I had a whacked on at the proper moment.
The games that will be released as part of the Super Mario Bros. 40th anniversary. First, the 2 games you just saw were developed around the idea of what Mario's adventures would be like in space. The planets have gravity, and seeing Mario not fall off of them while
Sorry, I'm gonna make a going live tweet.
even as a developer. The second game
And also actually post on Blue Sky. I quite literally rolled out of bed. Like, I literally just awhacked. I awhacked, and then I rolled out of bed. It was like 4 minutes before 9. And I realized I overslept.
In addition, the storybook will be available as a real-life.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention because I'm trying to post everything, but that's okay. I don't have any emotional investment in Super Mario Galaxy.
On the My Nintendo Store website later today, so please check that out. Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2 will launch on Nintendo Switch, but you can play these games on Nintendo Switch too. Many other Mario titles are also available on Nintendo Switch, so if there's one you haven't played yet, why not take the opportunity to try it? Okay, let's introduce some other Mario games coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Is this gonna be like Oops All Mario? Is this Oops All Mario? It's still Mario 40. Yeah. Yeah, is this Oops All Mario? Is like half an hour of this just gonna be Mario? Sorry, Twitter has also decided to start freezing up on me. Literally no website is working this morning. There is not a single functioning website today.
Swing into action with new equipment called fever rackets. Keep a rally going to build up your fever gauge. Then unleash a fever shot. Freeze the court with the ice racket. Summon mushrooms that shrink your opponents using the mini mushroom.
Okay, blue sky
racket.
post time.
Hit yourself with the shadow racket.
This is combine the anniversary direct with a regular direct.
Fever rackets.
Oh yeah, because usually they do this as like a
Pair them with 30
its own thing. You do have a little model lag, so your computer's busy working hard.
to find your own strategy.
OBS is taking up 24% of the CPU for no apparent reason.
It's being served up.
I don't know, lately it's been doing that. Like when I first started up, it takes up insane amounts of CPU for like
Tournament mode.
half an hour. And then as soon as after I stream for like a little bit, then it goes down for, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is on,
Play matches with unexpected rules in
is it something? Maybe it's something on this screen particularly that's causing it to do that.
Wonder Effects.
I don't know what,
In the online modes, choose
because I don't really have any sources here that would take up a ton of CPU that I don't have anywhere else.
go for glory in ranked matches.
I'm just trying to check I don't have anything like
Gently swing your Joy-Con
turned on. Is it the Eggy Fumo? I swear it's, I'm gonna be so mad if it's the Eggy Fumo again.
in swing mode.
Mm,
After encountering monsters on a remote island, Mario and friends are transformed into babies, kicking off a series of unexpected
that's for later. Eggy current stream is fine. Okay.
adventure mode.
As long as I'm still live. I'm struggling to make a blue sky post here.
And defeat the monsters to return to normal. Mario Tennis Fever launches on Nintendo Switch 2 February 12th.
That was Mario Tennis Fever. It features familiar tennis gameplay, but unique to this latest entry are fever shots, which change depending on your racket. There are plenty of other modes as well, so please look forward to it.
Let's get...
Please take a look at this.
Please take a look at this. What is it? Hi.
What'll it be? Wow! More multiplayer mayhem is coming to the Flower Kingdom in
Blue sky post.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Plus meet up in Bella Bell Park. A large plaza has been discovered in the Flower Kingdom. Bella Bell Park. Here, you can enjoy a variety of attractions that let you team up with or work against friends and family. Let's go over some of the things you can do.
Okay.
Collect the
I can
most
actually pay
points to
attention
win.
now.
Collect coins as you
I'm
move
actually gonna pay attention now.
And don't miss your chance to get rich.
Whoever has the most lives at the end wins.
Use
Okay.
items to duke it out.
Tweet has been sent.
Dodge attacks.
Maybe because you're watching the direct at a high resolution? Oh, maybe that's it.
Whoever's it at the end loses.
I don't know. Now I can't. I'm stuck though. Why is my...
If you're tagged, you're it.
Okay, hold on. Give me a
The
second.
other players get to transfer.
I can't actually change the resolution because for some reason my Windows bar is showing at the bottom and it's blocking the part that would actually let me do that. I don't know why. Like,
Donut blocks while your friends run across them.
I don't know why this is failing. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Jump in time and the
It's already at 720p.
Then 1, 2, 3.
I'm not watching this at a high resolution. This is only at 720p.
So many other attractions.
I don't feel like setting it lower because this is, I do have this full screen, so this will, I do for my own well-being. I don't want to set this any lower. But yes, I'm late. It's okay. I was late too. I was late too.
Content as well.
Good morning, Lich Chicken, and good morning, Punk Asian, and good morning, Desitroya, and good morning, Pembu, and good morning, Robert Brown.
Launch launches on Nintendo
I'm sorry for
Switch
yelling. I'm
next
sorry for
spring.
just like yelling for 15 minutes straight.
So long.
Has it already been 15 minutes?
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
This
is
is
getting
this is
Nintendo
a 1 hour
Switch 2
direct.
edition.
It's okay. It's okay if
As
I'm
its
late.
name implies, Meet Up in Bella Bell Park adds more multiplayer options to enjoy. It also adds other new content, so stay tuned for more details in the future. About these chatty characters.
I didn't even get to eat breakfast.
The talking flowers. We actually made them.
We kind of look alike, huh?
Oh, really? Sometimes.
15 minutes of Mario. Mario for 15 minutes. The yelling helps. I'm not sure I'm a whack enough for
Can make
this.
everyday life a little more fun. They're planned for release next spring.
Like, I'm not sure I'm a whack enough for this either.
Super Mario Brothers
I don't know.
40th
At least I'm not living in the Pacific time zone. I feel bad for the people who are having to wake up at like 6 a.m. for this. Yeah.
One day, on the island where
At least when they're at 10 a.m., I feel like that's more reasonable, right?
a talking book named Mr. E suddenly falls from the sky.
I mean, I guess they have to put it at this kind of time, right? Because it has to be, a lot of these are running like simultaneously with the Japanese directs, right?
But it can't actually see what's written down. So Yoshi jumps in to help investigate. First, let's study this.
These new Yoshi
flower-like
game be good.
creature.
Flower. I don't know, I only played Yoshi's Island for the DS when I was a kid. Which is apparently like the installment that people don't like.
It tastes kind of sweet. You can carry this creature on your back,
Oh!
touch flower buds with it, and they'll bloom.
Why is it? It's so eggplant. It's so
As
eggplant.
you wander through the book, you'll make all sorts of discoveries about the creatures you find.
They're so eggplant.
And
They have
those
4 petals and not
discoveries
5, but they're so
will be written
eggplant.
down. Hey, we found some dandelions. Touch
The
them
3DS
and they'll
Yoshi game was
sprout in the
atrocious.
air.
Not the 3DS one, the DS one. That's the one I grew up with. Yoshi's Island
Creature
DS.
is stuck. It seems like the dandelions can absorb nutrients. Oh, they can even cause.
I mostly remember it. I think my parents also mostly remember it too for just like the loud baby crying.
It looks like there are
That's mostly what I remember from it, and that's also
within the book.
again my mom did not like when I played that one because I don't think I had headphones yet, so I was like playing it at regular volume, and I was just not good at the game. So yeah, that's mostly what my mom remembers.
Book launches on
Yeah, they're so eggplant.
next spring.
They're very eggplant. This is what the eggplants look like, but they have 5 petals.
Starring Yoshi is on the way.
Yeah, I mostly, again, my mom mostly associates that too with like
Mysterious book. You'll make
the sound of
discoveries
babies
and
crying.
all sorts of things as you're exploring.
Alright.
Please stay tuned for future updates.
Yes. Good morning, Sundarathalos on YouTube, and Punk Asian on YouTube, and Odat30 on YouTube.
In addition to the games
Again,
coming
I'm
out,
sorry that everything is falling
releases
apart all the
next
time.
spring. We hope you enjoy all sorts of adventures with Mario. Okay. We'll now
Okay.
begin our usual Nintendo Direct. First, we'll
Okay.
introduce games launching on Nintendo Switch.
Yay!
It's time to storm into Cryptica. The mesmerizing world of Cryptica awaits in this 2D side-scrolling roguelike adventure. Fight your way through this 80s anime-inspired realm solo or with a friend in couch co-op. Where
This one looks
every
promising.
battle is twice as chaotic and
Hold on, am I this one or the Yoshi one?
your swift swordplay against a variety of foes. Uncover a wide array of unique melee and ranged weapons, and glide through ever-shifting biomes with graceful, acrobatic moves. With the help of magical creatures called Stormhearts, you'll gain permanent upgrades to boost your abilities.
New
and
Yoshi game
on
looked
your next
promising.
run. And in couch co-op mode.
It's cute. I mean, it's a platformer, so it's probably still not going to be something I will buy, but I don't know.
For different playstyles.
The dandelions look so, they look so eggplant. They're so cute.
Exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system later today.
This one is also platforming.
The wilderness is calling. Transform a wild island inspired by the
Farm, obligatory farm game.
charming survival life sim. There are plenty of ways to make this wilderness your home. Plant crops,
Obligatory farms.
gather resources, and
Was the Yoshi game for Switch too? I was so distracted by the dandelions, I forgot to check. Let's be honest, first 15 minutes more like Mario Direct. I mean, that's probably why it's an hour. They probably only have like, 30 to 45 minutes worth of announcements, and they're just like, the rest is just Mario, right?
turn this rugged island into a bustling
Maybe they just didn't have enough Mario to fill up an entire Direct, that's why.
enjoy festivals.
Because isn't this one supposed to be like a full hour?
Some of them might even decide to live here. Plus, up to 4 friends can build an
Yeah, yay,
exclusive
farm game. The obligatory farm game.
co-op. Dinkum.
You gotta have at least one per Direct.
Console exclusive on the Nintendo Switch system, November 5th. Pre-orders and a demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop. Embark on a colorful adventure. Save a mysterious planet in the platforming adventure.
Is this new?
Popcom.
It's
Team up locally
platforming.
or online in this
Platforming.
multiplayer-only game. On this planet, color is key.
The announcement didn't say anything about a Mario Direct, but I guess it was expected for 40 years. Yeah.
Each adventurer can only
For Nintendo having a hard time moving Switch 2 consoles, though. I mean, the thing is, it's not like they don't have games. I think the thing is that, like,
work together
I...
to fire
At least this is how I feel, and I imagine this is how a lot of other people feel, is that,
You can also use items
like,
shields to
I'm waiting for either support for the Switch to be completely gone, or I'm waiting for them to,
powerful bosses
like,
can be found
release something for the Switch 2
team up.
that will feel worthwhile for me to get immediately on launch.
Additionally,
So, like, I feel like maybe a lot more people will pick one up when, like,
a variety
because they announced, like, a Tomodachi Life for Switch 2, right? So I feel like when that one drops next year, I feel like a lot more people will pick up a Switch.
this holiday.
Like, actually, speaking of Tomodachi Life,
On this small island floating in the sea are me characters, each living their own carefree lives.
yay.
When is the game coming out?
Let's take a look at what's happening in the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream game. You're in charge of this island. You can create me characters of anyone you'd like living here. Base them on a friend, a family member, or even yourself. Once you've chosen their personality and voice,
My name is Anne.
your me is good to go.
Ah,
Can't wait to start living here.
yippee.
The me characters you create will enjoy their island life however they see fit. Wonder what's up.
Oh, you can decorate the rooms, it looks like.
I'm so hungry.
Food for thought.
Yum.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Why did they pick a head of lettuce out of all things?
Looks like that hit the spot.
This will be Switch 1, though, which is nice.
This me looks bored.
Is it not a
all
Switch
by
2
alone.
exclusive? I could have sworn it was announced as a Switch 2 exclusive.
Someone needs a pick-me-up.
Even charcoal with a Granby. Oh, blap.
They really hit it off, all thanks to this meetup. This is just a small slice of the life here on the island. Stay tuned for more information in the future.
Ah. They said they're doing Switch 1 game announcements in the video. That's why I'm also confused.
This just in. Following previous reports of a 2026 release date, we can now confirm that Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, launches next spring. More
Next
on this
spring.
story as it develops.
Is it for the Switch or is it going to be for the Switch 2?
There was breaking news in that trailer. Tomodachi
That's why I'm-
Life Living the Dream will launch next spring.
For which console, though? I'm confused now.
Please wait a little longer for this new dream life. Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, I mean, I guess it was for the
Will be
Switch.
Available on Nintendo Switch.
I guess we're in the weird transition period.
Dash, slash, in these
Yeah,
games.
top left will tell you which console. Okay.
Get over here and choose your fighter in this totally collection of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I
classics.
feel like it can run on both, but it was built for Switch. Okay, yeah. I imagine maybe there might be some features that might be like exclusive to the Switch 2.
Console
Like if there's stuff that,
versions.
I don't know, involves stuff that the Switch 2 has that the Switch 1 doesn't. Like
Tournament Global
a
for online play. Combat, dive into an interactive documentary that
like maybe the camera or something.
archival footage and exclusive interviews with the original creators. Prepare to test your might when
Okay, so I guess maybe Tomodachi Life won't make everybody get a Switch 2. I don't know. Eventually they'll probably launch, maybe they'll even announce some game today that will make people actually want to buy the Switch 2.
12.
Yeah.
Experience the first game in the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy.
Oh, is that okay? That's coming to Switch 2.
Step into the role of Cloud Strife, a former
That's
member
still not
of
enough to make me get a
Team
Switch 2, but
Ultra
like, okay, that's interesting, I guess.
While he is working as a mercenary, the legendary hero Sephiroth, who supposedly died on a past mission, suddenly appears.
They'll probably do something with mouse mode. Yeah. Like, I'm sure there's probably gonna be some kind of game mode on Switch 2 that will be exclusive to the Switch 2.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system January 22nd. Save the world from malicious machines in this action roguelite adventure. Battle
Is this the
foes
second or
to
third
rescue
action
allies,
roguelike
collect
adventure?
resources, and create a place for others to
Is this gonna become like the new obligatory farming game? This like new obligatory
powerful abilities,
side-scrolling roguelite?
harvest crops, and craft
Oh no, it's also a farm game.
online. You can
It's also a farm game.
or via game share. Mouse controls are also supported on Nintendo Switch 2. Linked Banner of the Spark launches on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah,
and
anything on
Nintendo
Switch these
later
days, so
today.
Mortal Kombat isn't too ironic. Yeah. Let's see, what is this? Do I know this name?
Well, daughter of Hades,
Oh, this is Hades. Hades
princess of the
3?
underworld. 'Twould
Hades
seem
2.
that you are finally prepared. But time itself is against us.
I've never played either Hades. Does Hades 2 have a different protagonist?
Shall you rush now to your family's defense?
Is it?
Or shall you strike our enemy in the heart of the underworld?
I have not played Hades. Do I have context for this? I'm seeing the fancy animation. All the games from Supergiant are fun. A bit difficult, but fun. I mean, I know Hades was, like, very popular. So I know it must be... It's not my kind of game, but I know for people who like that kind of game,
Do both.
it must be, like, top tier.
Death to Kronos.
Prepare to battle beyond the underworld of Greek myth in Hades 2.
Okay, this is just Hades. This is Hades 2.
Play as the princess of the underworld to take on the sinister titan of time.
Okay, so this is just a Switch release of...
Wield powerful
Did Hades 2 exist before? Am I dumb?
the Moonstone Axe.
Hades 2 existed before, right? I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop.
Cast a binding circle to ensnare your enemies and gain the
This is just the port. Okay, early access is on PC. Oh, okay, so it was early access. Because I was like, you guys are saying Hades 2, and I'm like, I could have sworn Hades 2 already came out.
powerful combinations.
I'm like, maybe I'm just like really out of the loop. Yeah, it did. Okay. That's good.
Choices. And you'll keep growing stronger and unlocking new upgrades.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Discover
am
new
I not
secrets
very
and
smart? No, I'm just out of the loop.
story. On Nintendo Switch 2.
It's not a loop I typically keep myself in.
To 120 frames per second in TV mode. Hades 2 launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 25th. New amiibo figures ride in.
I haven't thought about amiibos in 9,000 years.
Air Riders game is coming soon, and 2 new amiibo are also on the way.
Do you
Tap them to
do you
summon
still
figure
buy
players that
amiibo?
You can train.
I'm not saying that as like a that probably sounded more disparaging than I wanted it to.
Your figure
Egg, hello, Panis. Good morning.
I am Panis,
Did you a
just
whack on
bloomed.
time?
Egg.
Did you a whack on time? Good morning. Thank you for blooming for 26 months.
you can
That is over 2 years. Wow.
You can
Okay.
choose your rider and machine. Levels are also
Thank you for
transferred over.
blooming instead of buying
These 2
amiibo.
will be available November 20th, the same day as the game's launch.
Do
Be on the lookout for
Amiibos have been more sparse as time went on and also more expensive. That's what I figured because I'm trying to remember like the last time
Kirby Air Riders
I
Direct.
bought an amiibo, and I think that was when I was in.
Also on the way.
That was like that had to be like 2016. I bought the Lucas amiibo for Smash. That was the amiibo I bought because I knew that that was like the only chance there would be to have any kind of Mother 3 merch. I think that's the only amiibo I ever bought. He's also broken because I put him in a bag and then I guess I swung the bag around a bit too much and like he like snapped out on the legs. So I have to like glue him back together.
She joins them to take on Demon King Ganondorf in a conflict that will come to be known as the Imprisoning War.
Okay. This was announced earlier, right? This was announced on like the first Switch 2 Direct.
Like
Yeah.
this brave Korok.
I think they're up to like 25, 30 now for amiibo. What?
So you know which character
I don't know. They were like 15. I think my Lucas was like 15 when I got him.
devices can bring water.
I don't know. I feel like at that price you can just like buy a new game, right? You can like find something on sale. Maybe not something like maybe not like a full price game, but like you could buy like an indie game.
Sync strikes.
You could buy like Silk Song or something for less than the price of an amiibo.
Or have a variety of other effects. Invite a friend to fight alongside
Yeah, I
you
got the
in
Core MP2
split
amiibo
screen
somehow and was content.
And
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you
you can play together
want them
with
as like
2 separate
figures,
systems,
I guess
even if
that's
only
okay.
one player has the game.
Because I don't think I really use my Lucas amiibo for much. I never bought any of the Animal Crossing ones though.
Ancient truths that were only glimpsed in The Legend of Zelda.
Like I never bought them for any like non-Smash game.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment launches on
I remember
Nintendo
some other
Switch
games had like kind of
November
cool
6th.
amiibo integration, but it was kind of like a bonus thing.
Today.
Like I think one of the Style Savvies had like amiibo integration in the sense of if you scanned in certain amiibos, you could unlock certain like outfits. Like I think you could unlock like a Princess Peach dress if you happen to have a Princess Peach amiibo. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But like that's just like a fun bonus thing.
Word about this place to anyone. There's more to the world than this island, and we're going to prove it. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
It's a JRPG. It's the Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony. Oh, this is Dragon Quest. I was like, why is it the Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra? Is this Dragon Quest? It looks like Dragon Quest. Yeah. Picross 3D and 3DS unlock their respective character puzzles. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, this 100% get voted muted? Okay, hold on. Dude, should I mute it for the time being? Meow, 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 meow.
What awaits them beyond it all?
Okay. Goodbye, VOD watchers. For what, like the 2 seconds of Dragon Quest music? It's not muted for us. Okay. Well, no, usually, VODs, I feel, they don't get muted in real time. They get muted, like, after, in processing.
Dragon Quest VII reimagined.
Yeah, they don't get. Usually Twitch doesn't mute them in real time.
World, here we come.
Okay, I think we're safe. We're safe now.
We hope you're looking forward.
Oh god, I muted the wrong source. I muted the wrong source, so that was probably playing the entire time, wasn't it?
We'd like to announce two things.
Oh no, oh no.
Here's some news about the Nintendo
Hopefully it's
Switch
quiet enough that
Device
YouTube
app.
doesn't notice.
The app continues to deliver all sorts of information about Nintendo games and characters on a daily basis. And we're adding a new Kirby theme.
Sound was playing, video was hidden, it's all back now. Oh god, okay, I hid the video because I thought that would also take down the sound, but then it didn't because I'm just not very smart, and also I rolled out of bed 30 minutes ago.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
So,
Please take a look at this.
ah. Alright. What is this?
Coming to Nintendo Classics.
What?
Virtual Boy. You'll be able to enjoy a collection of Virtual Boy games in stereoscopic 3D while playing on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Huh?
In order to play, you'll need
The Virtual Boy.
dedicated accessories.
Yeah, I was just like,
This recreates the form of the original Virtual Boy hardware by inserting a console to play.
okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of, that's a little bit smart. That's a little bit smart.
And Nintendo
Re-releasing headaches. I'm like, yeah, wasn't this thing like legendary for like being physically painful to use?
Galactic Pinball, Telero Boxer, and more. The 14 classic games shown here are planned to be released
Like-
over time. Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics is scheduled to launch.
I guess it's kind of smart. I mean, hopefully it gives people less headaches.
The dedicated accessory needed to play Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics.
Given that
will
it's
be
literally just the
available in
screen that they're looking at.
A cardboard model of the accessory will also be available.
Ooh. We hope you're looking forward to
Like,
Virtual Boy
I
Nintendo
guess.
Classics.
I guess.
Okay, let's see some more headlines.
I feel like everything so far has been like,
The crimson butterfly soars again.
it's been like, this is probably super hype for somebody else, but I'm just like, this is not what I'm interested in.
Said to have vanished from the map. But when twin sisters, Mio and Mayu,
I don't know who asked for the Virtual Boy. I don't know. The Virtual Boy has its fans. I have met Virtual Boy fans before.
encounter
It has its defenders. But no, I don't know. It's like I said with with like Nintendo Directs, I feel like, because a lot of times there's a lot of games that I'm just like, this is not for me. Like, this is not really the kind of game I'm interested in. But I can like imagine somebody somewhere is super hyped for it.
by the unsettled ghost.
Like, I'm like, yes.
Find a
Somebody somewhere is getting excited for like another side-scrolling roguelite. Someone out there is getting really excited for more farm games. Like,
Mayu's sanity slips away.
I've never played Fatal Frame, but there's probably somewhere out there that has, and they're probably like, yeah!
Them.
It's not Umineko.
Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system early next year. Upgrade your play with the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these games. In the Nintendo Switch 2 edition,
Somebody there's clapping their feet together for more indie side-scrolling roguelike. Exactly. Like, I just assume, like, if I don't like something, I just, like, I imagine a person who's really hyped for it.
enjoy camera play and more in Overcooked 2.
I might,
Nintendo Switch 2
you know?
edition. Serve up
I might not care about
and reaction
Mario that much,
while
but
you
there's somebody out there who does.
Mouse controls are cropping up in the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Oh, that'll be nice, I
Stardew
guess.
Valley. Plus, up to 4 friends locally can play in split-screen multiplayer.
Well, that's kind of convenient, I
And
guess.
Game share. Up to 4 players can play together if one person has the game. 5 new levels, including Candyland and Museum, are dropping in with human fall.
I don't know, I feel like that's been my reaction to everything this morning was like, that's cool, I guess. That's neat, I guess.
Enjoy a new way to wobble with physics-based fun.
Oh, okay, finally a thing I'm interested in.
Power Wash Simulator makes its triumphant return with a shiny new entry in the
Two?
Clean 'em Up series. Unholster your washer and effortlessly blast the dirt away as you transform your sullied surroundings into squeaky clean scenes.
There's a meow meow in it too?
Tools and supplies, including enhanced soap, a surface cleaner.
This one's not going to be an exclusive, is it? I don't think it would, right?
Those hard to reach places. Wash your way through a fresh campaign.
I don't know what I would do if it is. Is Power Wash Simulator 2 going to be the thing that would make me get a Switch 2 if it is an exclusive?
After a hard day's work, take some time to unwind in your home base and spruce up the place with furniture and accessories you've collected.
A game made for mouse mode? Yeah. Because, like, the first one was released for... I know the first one had a Switch release, but I don't know how well it played. Like, I can't imagine how that kind of worked with a controller. That can't have been easy.
Sit back, relax, and clean to your heart's content when Power Wash Simulator 2 launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this fall.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it will be
The fruit matching phenomenon returns.
it doesn't look like it'll be an exclusive.
Suika Game is back and rounder than ever. This time, the fruit falls toward the
Soap actually being useful challenge.
and you can drop it from any angle. It's 300
Will Power Wash Simulator 2 give me a reason to use anything other than the yellow nozzle?
Combine fruits a certain number of times.
Suika, you're 2 years late.
Evolution time. When this is active, you can earn bonus points based on the number of fruits you merge.
More Suika. I don't know. Again, there's gotta be like some like Suika game diehard out there, right?
Via game share. This allows you and up to
Because I know it had a bit of a revival when they introduced multiplayer.
rotate, aim, and go for the watermelon when Suika Game Planet launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch this winter.
Sorry, that wasn't like that wasn't a knock on Suika Game. I'm just eepy. All right, what am I looking at? I do not recognize what this is, but somebody else is probably excited. Oh, is this Metroid? Good thing you're in the comfy redeem. Yeah, I'm in my sleepy outfit. Oh wait, no, is this Metroid? No, this isn't Metroid. I just saw a person in like a suit with a helmet, and I was like, the Metroid. Oh, it is Metroid. Okay. For a second, I was like worried. I was like, am I presumptuous? Am I like space suit racist? Like, do I think every character in like some kind of like helmeted spacesuit looks the same? Yeah, Metroid. I've never played like a normal Metroid to begin with. Prime 4 Beyond. It's either Metroid or Halo. That's true, I guess. There isn't that many that have that specific style of suit, right? Oh? Is it gonna be another farm game? This looks familiar though. Oh, it's Donkey Kong!
From DK? This island is beautiful.
DLC is smashing its way into Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Again, this is another thing of like, I am not a Donkey Kong person, but I imagine Donkey Kong people are like, yo! Although, I guess this isn't as much of a big reveal as like the previous one.
Offer you a position in the
Because I remember, like, the
ranks
previous
of the company.
direct, there was, like, a lot of people talking about, like, the changes to the design. Like, especially the eyes.
Your mission
But now that we've
is
already
to
seen it, it's
collect
like,
as
okay.
much shiny green ore as you can in Emerald Rush. Meet your emerald quota within the time limit to clear each round.
Yeah.
The key to
Like
a
card
max
games.
challenge
Yeah, I
is
mean,
collecting
I don't know.
fossils to gain perks.
Will there be... We need a... When are we gonna get an Ace Attorney?
And you'll get to pick from
When are we gonna... When's Ace Attorney 7? Actually, Capcom apparently has, like... They're having some kind of event in October, so maybe that's... Maybe Ace Attorney 7 then? Please? Please? Please?
There are all sorts to choose from. Gain and stack perks, then collect oodles of emeralds. You can also smash Vanadium gems to gain random skills that power up Donkey Kong during your
Or... What is... Are we gonna get a release date for that Professor Layton game, too? That they have been developing
perks and skills
for, like,
reset
3 years?
after each run. But fossil
Is this
and
post-launch
vanadium
drift
gem
content
locations
updates?
stay the same. Refine your winning
Maybe? Because
strategy.
when did this one come out? This one's already out, right? Like the base game
When
itself.
the run ends, you'll earn in-game rewards based on how well you did. Playing can net you new fashions and statues to display on DK Island. Plus, you'll get to play Emerald Rush on more layers. Take on the challenge to earn that promotion. The Donkey Kong Bonanza. DK
Okay, paid
Island
DLC.
and
Okay.
Emerald Rush paid DLC launches on Nintendo
It's
Switch
paid
2
DLC.
later today. Plus, a free demo of the main game will also be available on Nintendo eShop later today.
I guess which one games drip fed post-launch free content updates? I think the only game I had that did that was Animal Crossing, I think. And even then, I think they only introduced like new stuff for like the first year. After that, they just repeated the same events. Because I remember doing the wedding event like twice.
Please take a look at this.
Oh. I'm looking at this. Oh, it's Pokemon. Glasses? Yeah, it's, I can see. I can see now. Thank you. Huh? They can do that?
This land is just waiting to be shaped by a Ditto that looks like a human. And what's that in the grass? Oh, that's Bulbasaur, a grass-type Pokemon.
Mobile game? No, this doesn't really look like one, I don't think.
What's this? Looks like
Those look like
Got
those
an
look
idea.
kind of like Animal Crossing trees though. Is this...
by learning this move,
We doing Ditto Animal Crossing?
Squirtle's water gun will keep it all healthy. As nature flourishes, so
Do we just get baited into another farm game? Do we get baited into another farming game?
collect rocks and wood to build with.
Oh no, it is Minecraft. It is Pokemon Minecraft.
Till the fields and grow delicious crops. Build homes for the Pokemon you meet. There's so
I guess it's
much
more
to do
Animal
here.
Crossing. It's more Animal Crossing. I mean, it does look kind of cute. I just think we need to spend more time. Has Ditto always been able to do that?
Go at your own pace.
Has Ditto always been able to replicate humans? I'm not...
Know it.
Is this a new piece of Ditto lore here? Have they always been able to do that? It's actually really clever that they made Ditto the player character so they could use all the Pokemon moves. Yeah, I guess. Someone else says canon per the anime. Because I don't remember seeing that before, but also I'm not like a Pokemon scholar or anything.
We hope you're looking forward to Pokemon Pokopia.
Ditto does anything, they just never did it in games. Yeah, I mean, I guess... Because, like, their ability is very broad, right? To be able to, like, imitate another... I guess not just another Pokemon, but another being. I guess that's a pretty broad ability, right? So I guess there's a lot that, like, it's implied that they can do, it's just they choose not to. Okay, this is normal Pokemon now, though. Normal Pokemon? Or is this Pokemon... Is this like the Legends one that was announced last time? I don't follow Pokemon. I swear I play video games. I swear I play video games. I feel like throughout this entire direct, I've just been like, I don't really follow this. I'm not in the loop on this. I don't play this. I'm not interested in this. I promise I play video games. I promise I know how to play video games. I promise I actually do play games sometimes. Eggy's not a gamer. I do play games, just not any of the ones announced today, you know?
It appears that new Mega Evolved Pokemon have
I promise I'm games.
Lumio City,
I promise I'm play games.
Pokemon Live. Pokemon Legends ZA launches October 16th.
They just haven't announced anything for me
We
yet
have
today.
one more Pokemon
That's
trailer.
all.
Please take a look.
More Pokemon? This is also Pokemon. This is more Pokemon. It's all Pokemon. Is Pokemon. Oh, it's just DLC. It's DLC for the existing Pokemon.
Pokemon Legends ZA is getting paid DLC called Mega Dimension.
Wow, Mario and Pokemon, they let you have your own Direct in a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, you're right. This is like the third Pokemon in a row. Well, I mean, I guess technically this is part of like the previous thing that was announced, but like, this is like... Alright, what do we got?
For some killer fun in the sun?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you okay?
Nagito Komaeda jump scare?
10 years ago, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair is making the
Oh my god, is this...
back. While on a school trip to
This is a remake?
you and your classmates
This doesn't look like it did before.
after each deadly incident, a heated class trial will begin. In high-speed detective action,
Yeah, this looks like a new UI. The UI didn't look like this before.
opponents to reveal the truth.
The remake. Good morning, Kenki.
Along with the main game, an additional story is included. One incident will trigger an entirely new scenario.
More Nagito Komaeda in the year of our Lord 2025? Okay, this is for me. This is for me. Okay? Nintendo heard me complaining earlier and they're like, let's give her something. What?
2x2 launches on the Nintendo Switch 2.
How are we getting a remake for 2 before we're getting... Did we get a remake for 1 when I wasn't looking?
Make history in the Three Kingdoms.
The remake of the best Danganronpa game. I'm not gonna argue that 2 is the best Danganronpa game. I'm a little confused as to why 2 is getting this, like, big remake and 1 is not, but, like...
Factions. As a
I mean, I guess 2 is... I don't know. I guess you kind of need to play 1 to understand 2, but like not totally. And I guess if you want to play 1, it's not like it's that difficult to find. Like they have it for basically every machine. Okay. I will pick up the new Nagito Komaeda. I will pick up more Nagito Komaeda.
Choose a different path and experience new developments that weren't in the main story. Walk your own path and become a one-man army.
Because popularity, even though making an older game would be better. Well, the thing is that I don't think Danganronpa 2, like, usually people agree that Danganronpa 2 is, like, the better one out of the first 2. But I wouldn't say it's, like, more popular. I wouldn't say it's, like, more popular than 1. Like... Because, like, I think most people who played it up until now, they probably bought it in some kind of bundle. Like, I think that's how I got it. Like, I think they were released as, like, a bundle, so... But I don't know, the thing is that Danganronpa games, on one hand, I'm like, it's cool that they're getting a remake. It's cool that they're getting new stuff. But on the other hand, I feel like they've aged so well. Like, I feel like they were ahead of their time in the sense that, like, people have to consciously remember that these are, like, this is a 15-year-old game when they play the first one. Like, I feel like a lot of criticisms of the first game are people forgetting that this was released in, like, 2010. Like, I feel like it was a little bit ahead of its time, I think.
Raise your monsties, bond with them, and work together to face whatever stands.
Good morning, Kuo. Uwu. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter.
Soars onto Nintendo Switch 2, March 13th.
Sports? Oh, this is just like an assortment of stuff. Disgaea. Sports. That's sports. Is Iggy also cute today? I'm sleepy. I literally rolled out of bed. I woke up late. I almost slept through this. I almost slept through this, okay? You're all lucky I made it. Ooh, okay, that's coming. That's coming to Switch. That could. Okay, I might want to buy it. Persona 3. You almost slept through Surprise Danganronpa. Yeah, I almost slept through like Nagito Komaeda jump scaring me. I didn't think that's what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be another farming game. Because they just showed a picture of the beach. Alright, what am I looking at?
Hello? Yes.
Who was it?
Dunno. They asked for Miss Ashcroft and then they hung up on me. Rude.
I don't know why they're making Super Danganronpa 2, but awesome. Oh, this is Resident Evil?
Oh, you're FBI?
I haven't played any of them. Again, this is like another case of I promise I play games. This one is murder mystery? Have the other ones also been murder mystery? I mean, there's probably murder in the other ones, because the residents are evil.
I'll explain later.
Incorrect survival horror. Yeah, but the premise of this one seems to be murder mystery.
important. Grace.
There's no escaping your destiny.
Oh, they still, I was like, are they gonna do the thing where they put the number into somewhere in the title? They did it. They managed. They figured it out. They figured it out. Oh, and the two other ones.
A brand new entry in the Resident Evil series is launching on Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you're looking forward to Resident Evil.
The residents are
where you'll
evil.
face unknown nightmares. Plus, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, the first in the series with a first-person perspective. And Resident Evil Village, which broke new ground for the series, also launched the same day.
Survival horror.
Thank you for watching so far. Next will be our last announcement.
This better be good.
Take a look.
What's it gonna be? What is this? Fire Emblem? It looks... This looks Fire Emblem. Ace Attorney. World's weirdest looking Ace Attorney. I don't know.
I only want to fight so I can save my father's life.
Oh, is this Fire Emblem? This has to be Fire Emblem. There's no way this isn't Fire Emblem, right?
What I seek is a great strength.
Wait, is this Fire Emblem in a stadium?
Strength for any foe. Sheer strength to uphold the faith I hold dear. Above all, I need the strength to lead my people. Strength enough for a queen!
It is imperative that I face it again. I must cull it with this blade. My full strength.
Yeah, it's Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem? It's Fire Emblem.
There's a man I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy me. For that reason, I refuse to die.
Is that guitar a weapon?
And now warm blood is served in a crude cup.
You think I'd let you deny me my feelings?
I refuse to accept defeat. Not now!
For those who stand upon the final stage, I shall grant whatever wish you may desire. So say I, the divine sovereign, that I vow to you.
Who brought Alucard to Fire Emblem? They don't have a logo yet.
The years were long, weren't they? Have you forgotten me so soon?
We will never escape three houses! We will never escape three houses!
That was the trailer for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
I just thought the same thing.
Latest in the series.
Well, it's like you gotta have your...
This intertwining story.
You gotta have your
Heroic games.
blonde evil sounding character.
Stories await. Please stay tuned for future updates. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Fire Emblem! No, I wonder too, because I remember, okay, I remember after Three Houses came out and I played it, I remember going back and like looking at the first initial trailer for Three Houses and trying to see what was different. Okay, I'll turn my BGM back on. I mean, we can probably get rid of this. We can probably get rid of this. There is no more Nintendo Direct. I can probably just turn on some normal music. What am I gonna turn on? Let's do... I don't know, we can do Fire Emblem music, I guess. Sorry, I'm just turning it down so it's not so loud on my end. Thank you for Direct React. Thank you for a whacking. You were able to whack for stream. It was difficult. I set my alarm for like 7:30. And stream was supposed to start at 8:30 because I wanted to be able to like do just at least a little bit of pre-yapping. So I whacked and it was 8:55. It was 8:55. Music tiny bit loud. Okay. Yeah. It was 8:55 when I whacked. And I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I failed. I don't know, I'm scared now because I feel like I've been so bad with my whacking lately that I'm like, okay, if I have to work, if I have a job, am I gonna be able to even get out of bed for that? Literally rolling out of bed. Yeah, I haven't like done anything. I literally like rolled out of bed and turned on my computer. Hi Eggy, how are you? Sleppy. I woke up at the last second. Like, considering how bad I've been with, like, actually waking up with my alarm, I'm like, if I get a job, am I just gonna be, like, late on my first day because I just, like, completely failed to be able to whack on time? I've been very bad at it. I was like, okay, I need to check my email because I didn't get to do that today. You gotta wake up before 11 a.m. I don't know, it's like, I used to be better at this. And I know a lot of it is just like, go to bed early. A lot of it is just because I don't have a daily routine right now. But, I've been using the same bad whack image more often than not in the last few weeks. Yeah, well the thing is, again, I guess if I don't have anything to whack for, then I have trouble whacking. Because like I said, like, if I had a job that I needed to be on time for, if somebody said, Eggy, please show up at this time, I would be able to. But like, for stream, the problem is that like, if I whack late, I will just post on Twitter and be like, sorry, I whacked late. And then I'm gonna start stream late, and then everybody's like, oh, okay. Like, there's not like, you know, there's not an obligation. Like, my life does not hang in the balance if I don't whack on time. Because, I don't know, I know I'm capable of it because I whacked at 5:30 for like 9 months straight. So like, I know I can do it. I've just like lost that ability since then. But I don't know, my sleeping is weird. My sleeping is weird. I feel like it's not like I can't get a good sleep anymore. It's more just like, I can't, like, I don't know, it never feels like enough. It never feels like enough. Like, it never feels like, it's been so long since I've like whacked and felt rested. It never feels like enough. You're saying chat should be managerial and expectational. I need quotas here. We need quotas. We need goals. We need... Gotta have like a team huddle before I start my shift at the streams factory. I feel that. Sometimes I wonder how I did what I did for the past several years when I had a job. Yeah, it's like... I mean, I guess it's a bit like, I guess if you were in university and then you like went back to high school, because you know how high school is like you wake up to be at school at the same time every day, whereas like university, like you can sleep in a couple days a week because usually like you might have a day where you don't have classes or a day where your classes are all like I remember I had days where like all my classes were like at like 6 p.m. Like, you know, you don't have to be anywhere until much later. There's like a large gong to wake you up. To be honest, I don't know what would wake me up anymore. Because I've noticed when I go to visit my parents, I wake up just fine. A window. I need a window. That's my problem. I need a window. Because when I visited my parents, like the last time I visited my parents, I was like back in May. And I remember like waking up just fine. Like my mom was like, we're going to go garage sales tomorrow morning. Do you want to come? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, cool, we leave at like 8:30. And I'm like, what? But then I woke up at like 7 just fine. Like, I don't know what it is about here that makes a whacking just so painful. But, yeah. How did I wake up that early every day for high school? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know the answer is that I went to bed earlier. Like, I know that's probably the answer. But, like, I don't know. I feel like last night I had trouble falling asleep, too. Because yesterday I went out because I needed to get a haircut, and then I did a bunch of other stuff. And I did a lot of walking. Like, I don't know what my step count was yesterday. I had to be, like, at least 11,000. Which, admittedly, should not be enough for it to be a problem for me. Like, this should be... Like, hold on, let me pull up Pikmin Bloom. What was my step count yesterday? My step count today is 0. I mean, that's a lie. It was actually, like, 2, because I walked to my computer. Yeah, what was yesterday? Some kind of log of yesterday? Because, yeah, yesterday it was like 11k steps or something. Which, again, should not be that long. Like, that is a, like, short afternoon stroll for Professor Bloom. But I don't know. Last night I was trying to fall asleep, and it was like my knees were sore. I was having a real old person moment. It was like my knees were sore. Like, they weren't that sore. But it was like my knees and my ankles were, like, just sore enough to stop me from sleeping. And I'm like, am I that old? Am I that old? I wasn't even wearing, like, uncomfortable shoes or anything. The shoes I was wearing were pretty comfortable. I guess maybe I just, like, maybe if I walked that much more often, it would... Maybe it's just because I, like, don't walk enough, but I say I walk pretty often. Maybe I'm not, like, walking far enough, but, like... You know, I walk to go to the grocery store, and I walk to go to the gym, so I feel like every day I'm getting in about, you know, at least... like, you know, 15, not 15, like, I'm getting at least, like, 20, 30 minutes of walking in every day, right? Take baby aspirin is good for mild discomfort and decrease the odds of a heart attack, Grandma Eggy. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. And I don't know, it's one of those things where it was, like, it was just mild enough that I'm, like, it would not feel, because I had the thought, I'm like, should I take, like a Tylenol or something? But I'm also just like, it was like just mild enough that I didn't feel like doing that, you know? It was just like mild discomfort, but it was like just enough discomfort to like stop me from slipping. I'm like, am I that old? Because like that doesn't happen to me after working out. It doesn't happen, like I mean, I've been sore after the gym. I'm gonna do Aquafit today. And I've been sore after like exercising, but like I've never been like old after exercising. Not in that way. Ugh. Hold on. Is there a background noise? Hold on, I'm just gonna close my door. 1 second. I don't know if that was audible. My grandma has a PSW who comes a few times a week. And usually she comes, like, usually I start streaming after she leaves, but she has to talk loud because my grandma doesn't have her hearing aids in yet. My leg is still injured on my shin. I sleep on my chest every now and again. When I roll wrong, I wake up with shooting pain in the middle of the night. It's like, oh geez, so I get what you're saying. You're like, am I old? I heard the door close, but that's it. Okay. No, it's because I could hear her from upstairs, but I wasn't sure if the mic was picking it up. Okay. You heard the door close because I closed it. because I got up and closed it. But old. What if your soy maxing is affecting sleep? How would that affect sleep? I don't know. I'm trying to think of the things that might affect sleep, and the thing is, okay, some of them are things that I was already doing, so I don't know why they'd be affecting me now when they weren't before, right? Like, things like playing video game in the evening, which admittedly probably isn't helping, but also admittedly I was doing that before. It's not like that's like a new development, right? And I was also like, okay, it's like, okay, maybe you're drinking like a caffeinated beverage in the evening, and it's like, yeah, but I've been drinking tea, like caffeinated tea, for like years before bed. Like, I've been doing that for a long time. I don't see why that would be like only causing me problems now. Eggy, please help Grandma, she's having trouble. No, it's the PSW is here. Stealth about a code wrecking your immune system? No, this is about sleeping. I don't see if... Also, I had COVID like 2 years ago, so I don't see why that would be like kicking in now. This is about sleeping. But yeah, I'm not saying soy is actually affecting, but imagine. I don't think science has found that link yet. I've never heard anybody being like, no soy before bed. Because, like, that's the thing, is that, like, people are like, oh yeah, things that did not cause me problems before, you don't know about asymptomatic ones. Fair, but I don't see why I am now bad at sleeping would be the only symptom, you know? Because, like, again, I'm just, like, worse at sleeping. I'm worse at sleeping. Like, again, I guess I do all the things people say you shouldn't do before bed, but also I've been doing those things for years and never had any problems, so this might just be a pure skill issue on my part. Maybe it's also that I'm just, like, not... No, but, like, it's not like I don't do anything during the day. Because I thought maybe it's just I'm not tired enough. Because, like, I know there's been times in my life where it's like, if I don't do anything during the day, then when it comes to going to sleep, I'm just, like, not sleepy enough, you know? I'm just not very sleepy. So, I thought maybe it's that, like, maybe, but I exercise. It's not like I don't do anything. Like, I imagine, yeah, I might sit at a computer for a long time to stream, but, like, also when I was at work, I was also sitting in front of a computer for, like, 8 hours at a time. So, I don't see why that would cause me to be sleepy, but this wouldn't. Plus, I am literally getting more physical activity than I was before, because I do have to, like, walk to, like, the gym, and I do work out at the gym, which I walk to, you know? Like, you do enjoy a good morning sun that helps you whack, but unfortunately your situation doesn't allow that. Yeah, again, maybe this is like a basement problem. But also I don't know how to fix that, because it's like, what's my other choice? Like, move? Move? Like, I guess maybe if I move. But I don't know, I feel like even if I move, I feel like all I'm going to be able to afford is going to be also a basement. Like, maybe it'll be a basement, I can get a basement with a bigger window, but like... I don't know, maybe if I move to the bigger room, maybe if I turn the bigger room into my bedroom, maybe I would be able to start, like, doing, like, because that one has more windows, and the windows are at, like, the front of the house, right? So maybe I would get more daylight in the morning with that. I think you just have a night owl debuff, just go to the infirmary. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. Might even get an additional, like, 20 energy out of it, too. Walking in the sun? No, I'm talking about waking in the sun. A whacking in the sun. Sun lamp. I sort of have that. Like, I have an alarm clock that, like, shines a bright light in my face every morning. And that's still... It's helped. Like, especially when I was working. When I had to whack early, that did help quite a bit. but it doesn't fix anything. Like, a tiny little light that I bought on Amazon is not going to be like a suitable replacement for like the actual sun, right? Like that's not like a, it's not the sun. It just isn't. Like, it's not the same. I can attest to this because, again, when I go see my parents, I don't have this problem. I don't think I had this problem until... I mean, I guess I did stay up a little late. It's when I was in Japan, too. But, like, it wasn't this bad. You know? I feel like lately I keep going to sleep at, like, 3 a.m. Which, admittedly, I also did in Japan. But at least when I was, like, in Japan, I was like, oh no, 3 a.m. I should really be getting to sleep. This is really late. Whereas now I'm just like, yeah, okay. Like, it'll be 1:30 a.m. and I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll play, like, a little bit of a game. That's fine. I've ever had a job that had me waking up at 3 a.m. for a 4 a.m. to 12 shift. That job did not last. Ugh. I don't know. I think 5:30 is, like, the, well, I don't know. I think the thing is, I don't think I would want to work an early shift, super early shift anyway, because I think my concern is just, like, how do I get there? Like, how do I get there? Like, I think 5:30 was, like, the earliest. And even, like, when I woke up at 5:30, my shift started at, like, 8:30, right? Like, it started at, like, a pretty normal time. It just took forever to get there. Sleep-wake inversion can be related to the liver, too, in some cases. What? I feel like I'm not experiencing any other liver-related symptoms, though. Yeah. Get your vitamin D3 level check. Well, the thing is, it's not that I don't get enough sun. I don't think that's the problem. It's that the sun is not entering into my room in particular. Right? Because, like, again, when I lived with Eggy parents, my bedroom was, like, facing the sun as it would rise, right? So, by the time I would be kind of... By the time, like, it was, you know, a reasonable time in the morning, especially in, like, the spring and summer, right? It would be, like, you know, 8 a.m. or whatever. Like, I would not be able to stay asleep because the sun would be so bright that it would just be, like, basically filling my entire room with light. Like, I wouldn't need to turn the lights on or anything. And it would be so bright that, like, I just could not stay asleep. And that's what would get me up. Whereas here, that does not happen. Yeah, the sun's just a nice natural morning alarm. I believe in Eggy to have a sufficient amount of vitamin D. Because, yeah, like, once I'm a whack, I think I get enough vitamin D. I do get enough sun. I do go outside. But it's just, like, I don't think it's the UV rays themselves. It's just, like, probably just, like, a psychological effect of being surrounded by light. Because, like, I don't know. I have a picture I took. I can't post it here. But I have a picture I took of my room. I think I sent it to some of my friends because it was like, I took this picture at like 2 in the afternoon on a sunny day, and it is still insanely dark. Like, I'm like, maybe this is why I'm having problems with waking up. Maybe a morning walk and breakfast might do. Okay, but consider that in order to go out on a morning walk, you need to get out of bed. And, like, I skipped breakfast today because I literally rolled out of bed for the direct, but, like, I do normally eat breakfast. But the problem is that you can't, in order to make breakfast, you have to get out of bed. That's the difficult part. The circadian rhythm. Yeah, I know. It's how humans function before clocks. I know, but unfortunately, again, I live in a dark basement where there's barely any difference between day and night. A bigger sun alarm clock. Have you tried getting a bigger light? Just get the entire sun in your room. A 6 a.m. breakfast and a morning walk. Yes, but you have to understand, in order to go out on a morning walk at 6 a.m., you have to be a whack at 6 a.m. This is the problem. This is the core problem. To get one of those muscle activators from the 50s that sends shocks to your tummy and causes to clench up. I don't think that's the problem. Hello, Nelson. Good morning. That's not the problem. In order to do any of these things, I have to get out of bed. You can lie in bed and exercise. Because, like, I still work out. I just keep working out in the evening. Like, usually around, like, Because, like, again, my daily Eggy routine has been, like, set alarm for 8:45, don't whack at 8:45, get out of bed at, like, 9:30, usually later than 9:30, sometimes it's, like, 9:45, and then start stream at, like, 10:30, 11, stream until somewhere between 3 and, 2 and 5 p.m., and then eat what meal. I don't know if it counts as lunch or dinner. Eat meal. Go to gym if it's a day where I'm exercising. Come back from gym. Do other stuff in the evening. Either do stuff for stream the next day or play video game. Slept. What's so interesting at 3 a.m.? I don't know. I'm playing good video game. Wallace and Gromit style bed tilter. Didn't Uwo have a stream like that? I seem to remember that. Just like an alarm clock that just like throws you out of bed. Yeah, because it's like, it's dark in here. It's dark in here. Just bitty 3 a.m. solitaire. No. I'm playing visual novel at 3 a.m. Like, technically, this is my bedtime reading. I'm sorry that the visual novel is so good that I want to keep playing it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. No, I think he actually did. I'm sure if you, like, scroll back, I think it was, like, a year or two ago. If you scroll back far enough on his YouTube, I'm sure you'll find the... Or maybe it was on Twitter. Did he ever post it to YouTube? I remember sending it to a friend. That's why I remember it. I remember, like, sending it to, like, my non-VTuber friends. Could be morning reading. Are you my mom? That's what my parents do. The thing is that, like, I guess it's also the fact that, like, in the evening I feel more comfortable doing leisure activity, I guess, if that makes sense. Because the thing is that, like, if I do things in the morning, right? If I do things in the morning, then I have to stop. Because the thing is that in the evening, right? It's like, okay, there's nothing else I can do with this day, right? It is like 9 p.m., it's too late to eat dinner if I haven't already eaten dinner. I can't go out, everything is closed because it's 9 p.m. Whereas, like, if I do things in the morning, it's like, okay, I could wake up and play video games early in the morning, but also that means that I would have to, like, stop playing video games because I still have other things to do, right? Or, like, I could make myself late for doing something. If I do anything in the morning. I think that's my concern, is if I do anything before, like, 5 p.m., I'm gonna make myself late for something else. Like, I can only enjoy the video games after I know, like, unless it's something so short. Like, I guess if I do, like, my Uma Musume dailies or something. But, like, I feel like, if I do anything before, like, 8 or 9 p.m., then, like, I'm going to, like, screw myself over from something else. Like, I feel like I can't fully enjoy playing video game unless I know that, like, everything else I needed to do for the day is done. Time to find Eggy the Nintendo Alarmo. Did anybody buy the Nintendo Alarmo? I don't... I know it's just the thing where if you don't get out of bed, then it, like, gets more distressing. I don't know if anybody bought it. Oh, thank you, John here. Thank you for spreading. One of my friends did. Does he use it? Does he like it? Am I gonna be out here with my 2 alarm clocks? Like, I'm gonna have an Alarmo, and then I'm gonna have, like, the second one that I'm already using with the light. Yeah. Because, yeah, I don't think I could even do, like, morning reading. Because it's like, yeah, again, I would make myself late for something else, I think, if I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I think he's found it effective. Again, I'll have to look up the reviews. Oh, and hello, John on YouTube as well. But, yeah. I am slep all the time. I think also maybe my brain's just out of whack because I feel like the most energized at like 10 p.m. So maybe I'm just... Apparently Katamari was shown in JP Direct. Why does JP get all the cool stuff? Didn't they announce like Tokimeki Memorial once in a JP Direct too? I mean, I guess it didn't get an English release, so they have no reason to announce it in English, but it was like still. Chat finding out all the considerations Eggy is considered and dismissed. Well, here's the thing. When I complain about things, sometimes I complain about things and it's because I have already tried them. I feel like many times I have a problem and I'm like, nothing is working. And then people are like, have you tried all these things that you have already tried? And I'm like, yes, I have already tried them. That's why I'm complaining that nothing is working. Sometimes you just want to complain. Yeah. Well, it's like, again, there's things I know I could be doing, but it's hard to do them when there's like no incentive. I don't know. I guess the thing is just like, sometimes I feel like, you know, my own well-being is not enough of an incentive to do something. Like, it's like this with a lot of things. It's like, oh, if you like get your sleep schedule in order, you might feel better and have more energy at the correct times a day. And it's like, yeah, but like that's not enough of an incentive, you know? That's like, I will whack properly when I have a job that will like, you know, punish me for being late, you know? Or it's like, oh, clean your room because then you will have a nice and clean room. And I'm like, that's not enough of a reward. I will only clean my room if there's somebody else coming who will be like actively disgusted if my room is not clean, you know? Bald Nagito, I've never played a Danganronpa game. Hello, Faye. Hello, Faye. He does in fact have hair. Clean your room. Okay, and what are you gonna do about it? You don't know where I live. You don't know where I live. Like, maybe that's why my parents always had like a super clean house, is because they were just constantly having people over. Although, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe my parents overdid it a little. I think I have like an unreasonable standard of what counts as clean. You know, dry you as a soy jack if you don't clean your room. Oh, so if I don't clean my room, I get like free fan art? Okay. Katabari is part of the multi-game showcase section. Okay. I mean, to be fair, Capcom, I think, has... Not Capcom. What is not Capcom? Namco. Bandai Namco. I think they've been releasing more teasers and trailers and songs and stuff on their own channel. So, I don't think... What was shown in the Nintendo Direct probably wasn't anything new, I don't think. Probably just like a reminder that it's happening. People look at you and go, hey, it's the one from... FNAF? I don't know, is this Friday Night Funkin' or is this Five Nights at Freddy's? There's too many similar acronyms now. What counts as clean? No dust on anything. Like, I'm thinking of like what my parents' house is. It's like, no dust on anything. You gotta dust stuff. Like, everything has to be, like, tidy. Everything has to be put away. I don't know, my mom is a big person of, like, putting everything away in drawers and cupboards. I am not like that. I am not like that. I mean, I guess there's a standard of, how dusty is your environment? Pretty dusty. If I turn off my computer, I can see all the dust on my monitors. It's pretty dusty, but also, like, vacuuming down here is also kind of a pain. It's a bit of a pain. And, like, admittedly, the room is not, like, in the best condition. I don't know. I think that for cleaning my room, I know I need to tidy stuff up. I need to throw away some garbage and stuff. I have this thing on the floor that's, like... I mean, I don't think this will damage the floor. I just don't really know how to clean it. I think I got, like, a sticker on the floor. Or, like, I had something with, like, a sticky backing, and it got on the floor, and then I tried to peel it off, but it had been there for too long, and it's now just, like, stuck to the floor. Like, there's just pieces of it, like, remnants of it. So, yeah, I need to clean that somehow. Clearly, you don't own an air purifier. I don't. They're expensive. I literally grew up with a mountain of clothes about a foot deep living permanently in front of our wash and dry. Oh yeah, I've been somehow perpetually behind on laundry. I don't know how I keep doing laundry. Like, I've done like multiple loads of laundry this week and somehow my dirty clothes hamper is still full. I have no idea. I have no idea why this keeps happening. I mean, granted, some of it is like other stuff, like towels and stuff. Do I have a clean swimsuit? Oh god, do I have a clean swimsuit? I just realized I signed up to go to Aquafit today. Do I have a swimsuit? I better have a swimsuit clean somewhere. I probably do. But yeah, like I'm somehow perpetually behind. I don't know why this keeps happening. But yeah, I don't know. I think the other thing is just like, I don't think I can ever be my mom's definition or like my parents' definition of tidy, because like I feel like that's something that you do for other people when other people are over so that your house looks clean and decent. But like for everyday life, I need everything to be out where I can see it. I once washed a load of clothes because I got out of the dryer into a basket, brought it to my room, was distracted and multitasking, brought it back and washed it again later. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of stuff like that. Like I have a bunch of socks where I'm like, I can't tell if this is clean or dirty, so I'm just going to, because I feel like I would rather like accidentally wash a sock twice than accidentally wear a dirty sock, right? So usually if I'm not sure, I just like throw it, I throw it in like the dirty clothes pile and then, yeah. I think again, the other problem is that like, I need something for like, you know when you have clothes, especially for stuff you can wear more than once, right? Like for like sweaters and stuff, where it's like, okay, I have worn this once, so it's not clean anymore, but it's also like not dirty enough to need washing. So I need like a basket for like secret third thing, you know? Or maybe I don't, because like everything is still in my clean clothes basket and I never put it away. So maybe it is that. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like I'm so used to searching for things in the clean clothes basket that I don't put away that like, I don't even think to look in any of the actual like drawers anymore. I just like automatically just go straight to the basket. I'm like, if it's there, it's in the basket. Like, especially in Japan. I think when I was in Japan too, I don't think I ever put anything away in a drawer. If it was something more shelves could fix you. I have, hold on. It's a 3x4. I have literally 12 shelves. Well, I mean, it's like one shelf with like 12 parts. Because the thing is what I got, because before I had this dresser, when I moved in with my grandma, and it was like this like ancient dresser. Like it was just like ancient trash garbage dresser. And the drawers they were a huge pain to move. They were a huge pain to open and close. One of them was like too close to the ground, so if I tried to open it, I would like risk like getting my fingers caught. It was just not a good dresser, right? So instead of getting a new dresser, because I figured, I'm like, okay, maybe a dresser would not be the right call. What I think I need was like, you know those like IKEA shelves with like multiple cubbies kind of, and then I would put little baskets in the cubbies and I would use that as drawers. And that sort of worked, and I'm sure it would work if I actually used it. Yeah. I might have you be on the lazy level. I dry it, and I just pull it from the dryer, wear it, and throw it in the wash after. Oh yeah, I also have a bajillion things hanging in the laundry area, because I don't put everything in the dryer. Like, there's some stuff I don't want to damage in the dryer. So there's a bunch of stuff that's just hanging, and it's been hanging there for like 2 weeks. It's been hanging there for like 2 weeks because I just never bothered to take it down. Like, which granted, I mean, some of that stuff is also my grandma's. It's actually hard to walk into the laundry area now because nobody has taken down, like, neither mine nor my grandma's, nobody has taken down, like, the stuff that was hanging to dry. It's just, like, still hanging there. So I just have to walk through, like, a forest of, like, tablecloths to get to the laundry machine. I've had the same dresser and nightstand since I was born. My parents apparently just paid Amish people to make it by hand and lasted a lifetime. Yeah, I mean, I still have, I've used mostly IKEA dressers. I think the thing is, what matters to me is not just like the size of the drawers, but also like the ease of opening. Because I feel like my thing with a lot of old dressers, because the thing I like with newer dressers is that they have that little like wheel, and especially IKEA ones, it's like they have that little wheel into the drawer, right? So it like opens and closes, like it closes pretty smoothly. Whereas I feel like a lot of older dressers, when it's just like, here's a big thing of wood inside another thing of wood, then it's like, it's a huge pain. Why don't you use the door ones? Because I don't like them. Next question. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know. My mom said the next time she comes, because I had like a makeup table too, that had like a mirror attached. And she says that she wants to see if she can get that moved here, and I think that would be convenient. Yeah. For hoodies and similar, they're so much easier to manage. Unless you have gigantic drawers. Yeah, I don't know, because like, I like having things in some kind of compartment so they don't fall out the back. Eggy, drink water? I actually don't have any water. Again, I literally rolled out of bed. I rolled right out of bed at like 8:55. I didn't get to set up. I was too busy trying to like make sure the computer was running. Ugh. Let me stretch. Why would they fall out the back? No, but it's like, okay, if I use the cupboard doors for those compartments instead of using boxes, because I use those, like, you know how IKEA makes boxes that are, like, meant to slide directly into the cubbies there? If I don't use those, if I use the cupboard doors instead, because the thing is that, like, my room has baseboards, right? So I cannot push this thing directly up the wall. Like, I can't push it right up to the wall. So there is a gap, and I know that if I don't have something in the back that's stopping it from falling out, then everything will just fall out the back, and I'll be like, where did all my stuff go? It'll be because it fell out of the back. Are we talking like a Dark Souls roll, or like stop, drop, and roll, put out the fire? Or a cinnamon roll? I guess it was less of a roll and more of like a rise. A sprint. The IKEA cupboard doors have a back wall. No, they don't! I know because I bought some. But yeah, I also just like don't like using the doors. I just prefer the boxes. Because it's not like there's a lot that you can fit. It's not like there's a lot that you can fit in the cupboard that you wouldn't just be able to fit into the box, you know? Also, I know that if I stack stuff too high, this is the other thing too, is when stuff is in a box, it's in a box. And when stuff is in a cupboard, then you can, like, open it up and have everything fall out because you stacked it wrong. Like, Calex's don't. Yeah, Calex is the one that I have. That's the one I have. Yeah. Because, like, again, it's like, this would work for me if I just remember to use it, but then I just don't. But, I don't know. I guess it's also just kind of, like, the fact that I'm in a space that I thought I originally... Because, like, it wasn't until I got my shelf that I felt like I was, like, actually living here. Because, like, again, I moved here because I thought I would only be here... I thought I would only be in this house temporarily, right? And then it went on for longer. And then again, and then, like, also, too, like, there was a time where I was, like, working, right? Like, I was only in my house to sleep, basically. So, I was not in my room a lot. So, like, it wasn't until this year that I actually felt like I live here. So, like, for most of the time I've lived here, I felt like I was just, like, camping out in my room. So I kind of just, like, felt no urge to, like, try and keep it clean, I guess. I just didn't feel any need to, because again, it didn't feel, like, even there's stuff up on the walls, but it's not mine. Like, there's two things. There's only two things up on the walls here that are actually mine. Everything else is like stuff that was up on the walls when I came in here, and I don't want to take it down, but it's also just like, because if I take it down, there's just gonna be empty walls, but also it's like, it's not really mine, you know? It has a back wall. Okay, the other thing too is because of the way I have my shelf set up, I don't think I would have been able to install the back wall anyway. Not without moving the entire shelf, which I don't feel like doing. Yeah, she was tiny apartment living where the room was just sleep until she had more time to set up her room. Well, that's the thing is because, like, again, I wasn't originally supposed... I'm not supposed to still be here. I mean, it's not like I'm not allowed to still be here, but it's like, I did not intend to be here for this long, right? So, like, again, there was no incentive to try to make it feel like home, because I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be, like, moving out anyway. Like, and even now I still kind of struggle with that because I'm just like, it still feels like I'm camping out in my own room, despite the fact that I have lived here for over a year. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know, because, like, I mean, I guess I kind of had the same problem in Japan of, like, okay, I'm only here for 6 months. So, like, there's no sense in trying to, like, install myself too permanently. Yeah, it's kind of like buying a long-term ticket thing situation again. Yeah, so it's like, maybe if that's why I wanted to move into the bigger room, because I'm like, okay, that would feel like a more permanent spot, right? But again, it's like, I don't know, everything is perpetually in the air. I have never had certainty. I have never had certainty since I graduated university. Like, again, it wasn't until I got the shelf that I felt like, I'm like, okay, I kind of live here. Zully is testing if the auto mod is still working. It's not auto timeout. Yeah, you don't get banned. Your message just doesn't show up. I'm also not using LinkedIn because it has I have not gotten a single anything through LinkedIn. Just living in limbo where it doesn't feel homey. Well, I mean, I guess it's because, like, I live with my parents. Like, I lived in that place for, like, over 10 years, right? And then I went to Japan, but I was only there for 6 months, where I proceeded to not buy an actual thing to hang my laundry on. And then now I'm here, where I'm just like, I mean, I do live here, but, like... Yeah, LinkedIn is cursed. LinkedIn is like... I didn't find a single thing through LinkedIn. I don't think anybody saw any of my applications on LinkedIn. How to best bypass a local HR ladies I hate hiring. Yeah, I don't know. It's like something I want to do. I mean, something I've tried doing the other day is I've been trying to apply for, like, even just, like, part-time jobs, because I know a lot of seasonal jobs are, probably hiring for, like, the Christmas holiday, so I'm hoping I can get something out of that, so I can at least say that I worked this year. At least part-time. And, like, you know, maybe if I can work part-time as well, even if they don't keep me in January, then it's like, okay, at least I have something, right? And if they do keep me, then I guess that would be cool too. But, like, I don't know. Because my concern is just, like, I guess a lot of places don't want to hire you if you're qualified. What was your previous seasonal job? Was there any networking possible there? They were all retail jobs. You can't, like, there's no networking with that. Like, if anything, I'm in job limbo. I'm in qualification limbo, you know? I'm in qualification limbo. Where there is not a single job in the universe that I think I am the correct amount of qualified to do. I thought the uni job? What are you talking about? Like the one I did, like the thing I did in 2023? I guess that was seasonal, technically. But yeah. Not a lot of jobs that require egg studies. Well, it's like, okay, I am in the situation where I am too qualified for minimum wage retail food service, in the sense that they look at my resume and they see my qualifications, and they're like, no, we are not going to hire her because she will take off for something better, like the moment that it's offered to her. But also, I am not qualified enough for an actual job. Maybe a think tank? Do we even have those in Canada? That's the thing. Places that like actually would hire for a permanent position that is not just like minimum wage retail. Like, I am not qualified. They look at my qualifications and they're like, you do not know enough. You do not have enough qualifications to work for us. And then I go to like anywhere else, they're like, you are overqualified. I'm in like I'm in like limbo here. And like, I don't know. Apply for government, wait 8 to 12 months and get a management job. Manage what? I don't have management background. That's the thing. I can't manage anything. Like, what job do you want? I'll lie for you. I mean, I have contacts. I don't need that. I don't know, because everything I've looked at has been like administrative customer service stuff. Because like, again, everything else I'm in qualification limbo for. I've tried applying for government jobs, but either all of them are either require qualifications or experience that I don't have, or it's stuff I'm overqualified for. Yeah. If you're registered as unemployed, you could also take some sort of classes. I don't know if we have something like that here. The thing is that, like, I don't know. I've been enrolled in, like, a couple job programs that are, like, we will help you with resume and job interview tips. And the thing is that it's, like, I understand what the point of it is, but the problem is that, like, it doesn't matter how good your resume is if you cannot get a single person to look at it. It does not matter how good you are at job interviews if... Like, the problem is not that I'm bad at job interviews. The problem is that I'm not getting interviews, you know? It doesn't matter how good you are if nobody's calling back, you know? Like... Yeah, the point of these trainings is to cheat unemployment statistics. Because, like, I know a few other people in these kinds of programs, and, like, none of them have found a job through that. It's just, like... Have you tried nepotism? Yes, and I couldn't even do that successfully. I actually interviewed at, like, at a law firm that my cousin used to work at, and they also did not hire me, so I'm just like, I can't even do nepotism properly. Granted, she was apparently very good at her job, so maybe the standards are just really, really high. Like, they've altered to AI for parsing resumes en masse. You have to, like, SEO. Yeah, I remember I went to this one job. I went to this one, like, I complained about this several months ago, but I'm gonna complain about it again. But I went to, like, a resume workshop, and it was, like, one of those things where it's, like, you bring in your resume. It was not very well planned, because I remember it didn't say anywhere that you had to bring your resume. So I brought mine just in case, and it turns out you were supposed to bring your resume, but nobody else did. So the lady was, like, really mad at everybody for showing up without a resume when, like, I mean, I guess it was kind of implied, but, like, it never actually said anywhere on, like, the event details that you actually had to bring your resume. So then she got mad at everybody for showing up to the resume workshop without their resume. Then, I don't know, I remember she looked at mine, she made some recommendations, but then some of her recommendations were just, have you tried putting this through ChatGPT? And I'm just like, no, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. And, like, even, like, the way the workshop worked is that, like, she would make recommendations, you go make those fixes, make the changes she recommended, you would send it to her, and then she would send you back a final draft. And, like, I didn't use the final draft. Because, like, I think she just went and put it through ChatGPT. It reads like something that got put through ChatGPT. Thank you, Paid Chatter 9. You're a great streamer. Paid Chatter 9. Where are the other 8 of you? Yeah. But yeah, like, cause, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because, like, the kind of jobs I'm applying for, but, like, guess it's one thing to use AI. It's one thing to use AI if, like, you have trouble with writing, or I guess maybe if, like, English isn't your first language. Like, it's one thing to use it then, but for me, I'm just like, the jobs I'm applying for are things that require, like, writing and communication. And I don't know, maybe it's different for different people, but personally, like, if I were hiring for that, for, like, some kind of, like, administrative or, like, you know, customer service job that requires writing, I feel like if I got a resume that, like, was very clearly written with AI, I feel like I would probably not look very well on that resume. Like, I feel like it's just kind of like, you're proving so far that you don't actually know how to do a large component of your job, to me. It's just how it would come off, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want, if I'm gonna use, and like, I don't even know if, because again, I didn't use the final draft. So I remember I used some things that she recommended, but I'm like, did she just use ChatGPT to come up with those as well? Yeah. How much did you get paid? Can I get in on this? Yeah. I need a job. I need a job. How can I become a paid chatter? Good morning, egg and plants. Hello, slacking spiny. Lots of dentist jobs require experience with, like, software. Oh yeah, that's a lot of things. Oh my god. There's so many openings. I think I tweeted about this the other day on my other account. Like, there are so many openings lately in Eggy City for specifically dental receptionist. There are so many dentist office that require receptionist. I don't know what's going on with dentist's office in my city, but everybody needs a receptionist, but everybody wants an experienced receptionist. So I don't know if there was just like, was there like a strike or some kind of like mass walkout of dental receptionists? Because everybody is looking for a dental receptionist, but everybody specifically wants a dental receptionist that has like 5 years of experience. I don't know what's going on. It's like, do you ever apply for those? Yes, I have, and none of them have hired me. It's like, because I'm like, surely this can't be a job that's that difficult to train, right? Like, I guess maybe there might be some administrative stuff, but like, surely, like, are they hiring like this because they don't have a receptionist? Like, they don't have somebody around who can actually train you on how to, like, actually do the receptionisting? Do they just, like, everyone's looking for somebody with experience. Nobody wants to train everybody. Like, every office needs somebody, but they also want somebody specifically who can, like, just walk in and, like, do their job without needing any teaching. And I'm a little confused as to what's going on. The assistants gets poached too fast or just leave. I don't know if maybe it's just, like, there are higher paying jobs that you can get with similar qualifications. We want to Fire Emblem Battlefield theme against job market. Yeah, but I don't know what's going on. It's very weird. I've applied for a few of them, and none of them have hired me. So evidently they want somebody with, like, I don't know. Some of them I think are kind of looking for impossible people, though. Like, some of them are just like, okay, we need somebody with, like, 5 years of experience who's willing to work for just above minimum wage. You will need to be there for 8 hours a day plus weekends. And I'm like, you're not gonna find anybody. This person doesn't exist. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have worked a job before. I think I talked about this last stream. I have worked a job before where it was like the owners are constantly just like, why can we never find staff? Why are all our staff constantly leaving? And it's like, you pay us minimum wage. You pay us minimum wage. You don't pay us enough. You pay minimum wage, and then you ask yourself why the only people who stick around are students. Yeah, those are fake ads. They're trying to make a case for hiring people from outside Canada, probably via a telesystem. Maybe. I don't know. I also know, though, that apparently, like, medical receptionist is, like, a thing you can get a diploma in, and some places will ask for that as well, which seems very weirdly specific, but okay. But, yeah. Yeah. Because, like, again, if you're gonna pay student wages, your only employees are gonna be student. Have you considered doing a retraining? Just one more, just one more college program, bro. Just one more. This one will work this time. It'll work this time. Just one more. Just one more. One more college program, bro. Yeah, because I've looked into getting, because I know that was something my mom had, like, recommended. She's like, you know, if you're not employed by, like, the end of the year, we do have money still in the college fund. Like, you could go back to school one more time if you wanted to, and, like, it wouldn't cost that much for you. So it's like I've looked into some, like, I think there was like a legal assistant program that I've looked into, and some other, like, business administration ones. They would all be, like, less than 2 years. Like, they would all be short programs. I mean, if you go for an apprenticeship, then I don't know. Are they easy to find? I've heard that, like, apprenticeships are actually quite difficult to get. Like, I've heard that, like, they are, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess we don't have enough people to train people. Virtual dental receptionists. I have never seen that. I have never heard of this. Is this common in the States? I've never heard of this. I don't think I've ever seen a single place that did not have, like, an in-person receptionist. Yeah, you're an adult. It's probably easier for you to go because you're a mature person, I guess. And I've already been to school twice, so I kind of know what to expect. But you have to find something that wouldn't be replaced by AI or visa workers easily. That's nothing. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Or, like, the stuff that does exist is stuff that's, like, either too complicated. Like, I'm not gonna become, like, a doctor or something. What do you like to do anyway? It's not about what I like to do, because anything I like to do does not pay enough, you know? It does not pay enough to make a living. What I want something is something that I can tolerate doing. I need something that I can tolerate doing, so that I can, like, have enough time and money to, like, spend on the stuff I actually enjoy doing. That's what I'm looking for here. But unfortunately, that's not a thing you can say during an interview. Like, you have to pretend to have ambitions. You have to pretend to be like, yes, I have a 5-year career plan. Like, get your A+ cert, get into IT. I don't know, is that... Do they still hire people for that? I guess there's been some, like, customer service positions that are like, have you considered lying? Yes, but unfortunately I'm not very good at it. They can smell the lack of, the lack of ambition on me. Like, what do you tolerate anyway? I don't know. It's like, I guess, administrative stuff. Like, I don't mind doing the kind of, like, you know, type stuff into spreadsheets kind of work. I don't mind doing that. Like, especially if it, like, pays somewhat enough. Yeah, you could go for accounting. Yeah, but that's like another 4-year degree. That's like another 4 years. I'm gonna be like 80 years old by the time I, like, actually land on... I'm gonna be old enough to retire by the time I actually find a career I can do. Like... If I wanted to go for accounting, I know... Because I know I had friends that went for accounting, but I feel like if I wanted to go for accounting, the correct time to do that would have been about, like, 10 years ago. It would have been about 10 years ago. Yeah, legal assistant sounds reasonable. Yeah, like, I know it's, like... law adjacent. Yeah. There's a lot of free training for, like, A+, including old tests, and the test itself is like $100. $100. I'll have to look into if that works that way in Canada, though. Because I know there was a few places that were, like, asked for IT, there was some customer service jobs that asked that you had, like, some kind of IT certifications, especially if they were, like, for like phones and stuff, like for electronics. But I don't know which qualifications exactly they were looking for, because I clicked off as soon as I realized that they were asking for something that I don't have. Accounting might be more transferable internationally. I mean, yeah, but you need to have the certification. Does your government not do anything to get you jobs? There is a program. There's a provincial program that is supposed to help you, but it's not like one that like helps you get jobs. It's just one that like, I think you do get paid a little, but you don't get to like it's basically just like, what if we helped you learn how to be better at job interviews kind of thing. Like it's things like that. Like it's not like an actual like, yeah, like the government does not help you get a job, I don't think. I guess they try in the sense that they have something, but it's not like, I don't know a single person. I know multiple people in that program, and I do not know a single person who's found a job from it. So, yeah, I hate to put it this way, but you have an advantage over other candidates that would pursue that line of work. What would the advantage be? Yeah. I think this is what Nelson was talking about. Let's see. What is this? Oh. It's not loading. Hold on. Can I please just see the PDF? And not all the other nonsense? Go away, Acrobat. I don't care. Why is the sidebar popping up? I closed the sidebar. Please just let me look at the document. Can I see the document, please? Oh, is this is like a list of certifications, right? Oh, I see. I mean, I imagine this would probably carry overseas, but yeah. EI only applies if you, I had quit my job on purpose. I'd quit my job on purpose. Is it Tendy Day? Hello, farm animal. I don't know. I am Eggy. That's the next stage. Oh, it was Nintendi. It was Nintendi. Now I'm just complaining about being unemployed. It was direct earlier. Yeah. That implies that training exists. Surely there's some funding for those. I mean, yeah, but the thing is that it's one of those things where it's like, they can train you forever, but is it going to be training for something useful is the question. Like, yeah. I also don't qualify for EI regardless, so. Yeah. That depends on what training you go for. Yeah, but what I said is that it's training for stuff. From what I've heard, it's not training for actual jobs. It's stuff like I said, where it's like resume workshops and stuff. Like it's not stuff that it's very broad, it seems. But do you know though? Yes, because I know people who are in these programs. Yeah. Tendy Day over? Yeah, the direct is done. The direct's been done for like an hour. It's been Eggy Complaints Hour for 1 hour. Yeah. Eggy has not figured out the pyramid scheme. You gotta get a bachelor's degree, can't find a job, so you go back to school, get a higher level of that degree to get a job teaching the degree at others. No, but here's the thing. You have to get a bachelor's. See, the straw is that you have to get a bachelor's degree, but you have to, like, get a bachelor's degree in, like, something weirdly specific. But not too specific. Because I've also had people who have the opposite issue where, like, they have, like, a master's degree and it makes them overqualified for a lot of stuff. Like, places won't hire them because they're like, you're gonna want too much money. So then, like, I have a friend who's doing a second master's because her first master's didn't work out. Like, it's not like she didn't get the master's, but, like, the first master's did not find her a job. So, yeah. He's doing VTubing crochet as a full-time job. Eggy Direct. I don't know. There's no Eggy announcements right now. This is all in German, so I don't know. Like, let me see, what is this? Auto-translate it. You have learned a profession. Sorry, that was like the first... that was the first line of the auto-translated. You have learned a profession, but have been unable to practice it for several years. Yo, I don't think we have anything. I'm not sure we have anything like this. I don't think we do. Eggy will be nicer and gooder in 2026. God, I hope so. I hope so. Or maybe less nice and good. Maybe I need to be more mean and bad. I need to justify my opera voice somehow. Yeah, retraining programs for job seekers. I don't think we have anything like that. But yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think if something like that exists, I don't think it's a government program. Yeah. Like yeah, if you have a computer and know what parts of it are, you're halfway to an A+. I mean, I'll look into it, but I don't know. Are they gonna like look at my? Are they gonna look at my? I feel like they're gonna like look at my qualifications and be like, okay, you have all this training, but like your degree is in like political science. Is that like? Is that anything like? Oh, thank you, Beef Take the Thief. Thank you for spreading. Yeah, we have coding boot camps, I guess. Because, yeah, I've never coded. The closest thing to coding is, I don't know. I tried learning Python once because I wanted to make a visual novel in Ren'Py. Like, I think that's the closest thing I've ever done. But yeah, something in Canada is basically a mix of how USA and Europe countries operate, but not well. Yeah, I guess we have, I don't know. I think Canada is defined by being like 20% better than the US. So when the US gets worse, then we also get worse, but we're still like 20% better, is the problem. So... How dare you? Do you have anything to argue about that with? Do you have anything to back that up? Yeah, currently living in a world where people with a 4-year computer science degree are unemployed. Yeah, what was it like? I don't know. I knew somebody... I remember I once knew somebody who like kind of got like a... I just remember I knew people in high school who had this like huge like, I don't even know if it was like superiority complex, but like I remember like being like, okay, I'm gonna study something, I'm gonna study humanities, and they're like, I'm gonna study STEM because I'm gonna study coding because I actually want to make money. I don't know if any of them are employed right now. I don't know how these guys are doing. Like... But yeah. It was not a bad idea at the time, I guess. You're confusing customer service IT with product IT. My suggestion is to get the local customer-facing IT, which will always be needed as long as people need their computers to do work. I guess it's fair. I will look into it. But I am tired. And I will get a job someday and I will be a different genre of tired. Oh god, my glasses are really dirty. I like took off my glasses for like 1 second and then I saw like the light hit them and I'm like, oops, how did I see out of this? You ever put on your glasses to see worse? I'm gonna see worse. All companies are looking to hire one woman for your IT department. All of them. True! You're probably right. It's time to be the designated woman. It's time to be the designated woman. It's time to exist in the office so that people know how to act around women. Yeah, just be prepared for Tales from Tech Support moments. Okay, to be fair, I've been working customer service for long enough that I know that... Because, like... I've been working customer service long enough to know that that people can be not smart. People will argue with you about anything. I am prepared for that. Like, I'm a diversity hire. I'm the only man in my department. Now everybody will know how to work around men. This will sound awful, but I knew a woman at my last company who got A+, is now the head of the service desk organization. It took her 3 years. Well, I don't know, because like I think too about how like I don't know how this works for IT, but sometimes I feel for customer service, there is a preference for women, I feel. Like, I don't know what it is specifically, but like sometimes I feel like people respond differently when they like pick up the phone and it's a woman, I think. Honk. Hello, are you spamming my chat? I believe you're in the YouTube chat. Alright, have you gotten out of, is it all out of your system yet? Yeah. Because like, I think about like, you know when you pick up the phone and it's like, you know, one of those like robo voices where it's like, for customer service, press 1. For hours of operation, press 2. It's usually a female voice, usually. Like, the AI voices are usually a woman's voice. So I feel like there's maybe something with that. I'm sure someone's done studies on it. I'm sure somebody has, like, the data on that. I'm sure there's probably... somebody has written a paper on it at some point. Hello, Eggy speaking. How may I help you? Hi. Thank you for calling Eggy Customer Service. For egg, press 1. For all nice and good options, please press 2. To repeat the menu, press star. If you know the extension you wish to reach, please, bleh. I mess it up. If you know the extension you wish to reach, please enter it now. I remember working in customer service, and every now and then this man would call and answer, and he'd be on the phone. He'd be like, "Put a woman on the phone." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." I don't know. I guess maybe if I don't know if it's different, because I feel like maybe it's like also the difference between like male and female customers. Because I feel like for guys, I imagine there's probably some level of discomfort a lot of guys would have about yelling at a woman versus yelling at another man, right? But on the other hand, I don't know if women feel that same kind of level of guilt, right? I don't know. I need to stream someday in my customer service voice. Hi, how are you doing? How can I help you today? Oh, okay, so your card was charged. I see. Oh, callers yell at women sometimes too. Oh yeah, absolutely. Also too, I guess a lot of the customer service I did at work as well in my previous job was also by email. And like, I don't know, writing has its pros and cons, because I feel like people are like a little less rude when it comes to writing. Because I think the thing is that when you're speaking, a lot of the times you are like, you're a little more impulsive when you're speaking, right? Especially if people are like coming from a place of being like feeling emotions, right? Like, people are a little more emotional and a little more like impulsive when they're speaking versus when you're typing out. If you type out something just terrible and rude, usually you will look at it after you type it out and be like, what am I doing? And then you like go back and fix it, right? So yeah, there's less filters, get the information out faster. Yeah, so that's what happens. I found like phone customer service and email or text-based stuff is a little different because I think people are a little more polite through text. Not always. We've still gotten some very rude emails, but I feel like at least when people are rude in an email, it's in a slightly more thoughtful way. Like at least people are like, you know, they're like passive aggressive instead of just aggressive. I think the other thing too is with writing is I guess people also know that like if something is in writing, it's kind of permanent. So like if you're in a call, unless the call is being recorded, which I guess sometimes it is for customer service, but like if you call and it's unless it's being recorded, there's not like going to be an evidence of you getting mad at the customer service person. But like I guess if you're going by email, there's like, oh, that's a written record that they can use against me later. They can like ban me from accessing the products and services from this company. Yeah, it's like petty and condescending as opposed to yelling at you. Exactly. It's like at least it's like it's still rude. It still doesn't feel good to read, but at least it's different than just like a stream of like hateful comments, you know? Because like again, I also think that like that said, I mean, yeah, I learned very early on in my career that the person talking to you who never puts things in writing is using you. Yeah, but that's for like contracts and stuff. Because like, I don't know, where I worked previously, we had customer service by email or by phone, and like, they were very different experiences. If I can't go in an email, it's sus. But yeah, customer service calls are always recorded for quality and training purposes. Yeah, that's also for coworkers and bosses in other departments. Yeah, I don't know, my previous job was pretty good about putting stuff in writing. Because we had a lot of things to keep track of. But also stuff in writing, like, most stuff, like, I don't know, my manager was, like, very much a meeting minutes enjoyer. If something was discussed during a meeting, he would make sure it was, like, noted down. He was pretty good about that. But I think the problem that we had was, long email chains. You know when someone is like, when emails bounce back and forth, and at some point all the attachments that were on the original one get lost in the process, so now someone's like, hey, can you take a look at this? And you're like, no, I cannot. Yeah. All of our customer service representatives are currently unavailable as we are currently experiencing above average call volume. Please stay on the line. Do 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 do. Hold music. Oh, I called recently. I called one place that let me choose the hold music. It was like, for pop music, press 1. For easy listening, press 2. For classical music, press 3. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I think they probably all had like equally terrible sound quality. Yeah. But I don't know. I remember also I had another job before that. That was when I worked at the mall. We had this it was actually kind of funny because there was this line you could text if you had questions about the shopping mall. It was like, text your question to this number. And the place that was receiving these texts was our front desk. Like, it was like, we had a program on our computer that we would use to reply to texts that people would send us. The problem was that people would assume that the text line was automated. Like, they did not realize that it was actually real people, like, at the front desk that were, like, answering stuff. Like, they didn't realize. So, yeah, there was a lot of times where we just get, like, the wildest messages from people that just, like, assumed we were robots. How come your customer service voice sounds like the phone? I don't know, it's like my one special skill. Something I wish I got to do was, like, record the voicemail for my department, because they were still setting it up. Like, they didn't have the voicemail properly set up when I started working there, and I'm like, you know, I can speak English and French. I could have set that up for you. I could have recorded you. I could have gone home, you know? I could have gone home and, like, recorded you something. Like a little MP3 that you could use. Like, recorded with nice audio quality from my nice mic. But they never asked. So I guess their loss, I guess. I remember I got an email, and then for like 30 seconds later, they email again, like, do not look at this confidential information that you should not see. Little do they know I don't look at any of the emails I get. Your secret is safe with me because I don't know it. Yeah. Hold Music does have some of the most uniquely deep-fried audio quality. I don't know what it is, like, because I've called places before that had reasonable, decent, okay audio quality. So I don't know why it works for some places and not others. Very, very, very peculiar. I replied to a company that they got the wrong email and they went, "Do not look at this confidential information you should not see." And you're like, I mean, I guess that's on them. If someone's gonna get fired, it's not gonna be you because you don't work there. It's not even like, you can't fire me, I quit. It's like, you can't fire me. I never worked here in the first place. Okay, are we getting spam in the YouTube chat? Are we switching to Japanese? But yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. I am getting education. I'm gonna continue Japanese classes later this month. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, they got in trouble because they sent confidential information to a random email. Those silly people. Foolish. Egg teaches English in Japan arc. I don't know, I've considered it. Because, like, I know that if I applied, like, I know for a fact if I applied, I would, like, at the very least make it to interviews. I just feel like there's a lot of things I need to do before that. Like, yeah, they downsized the English teaching program a lot since COVID. It's different for different countries, I think. I can't say this without, like, doxing previous places I've worked, but I know for a fact that it's not just that they've downsized it, it's also that they've received less applications than they have in the past. Yeah. There's too many people being abused by that program now as well. I mean, it depends what you mean by that program. Because there's different ways you can go to teach English in Japan. It's usually, when I hear people who have, like, really, really, really terrible experiences, it's usually with the private schools, like the, EGGY was. Usually those are where I hear people having the worst experiences. Whereas when it comes to, like, teaching in schools, from what I've heard, it's kind of like hit or miss. Because a lot of it really depends on where you're placed. Because you don't really get that much of a say in it. So, like, if you get a good school where people like you and there's a nice community, then it's, like, great. And then if you go to a school where everyone is just mad at each other all the time, then you're like, okay, cool, I'm stuck here. Right? So, yeah. Because, like, again, how do I put it? I have worked for one of these programs, but not as a teacher. And it was, yeah, so. But I can say I have information that I know if I applied, I would absolutely get in. Like. But yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of things I want to do first before they put you smack dab in the middle of Gunma Prefecture and there's nothing fun to do. Okay, actually no. Here's the thing. From what I've heard, I feel like everybody I know who has had a good experience were actually the people who got put in the middle of nowhere. Like, I feel like the people who, like, again, from feedback I've heard from people, it's not about where you're put, like the physical location. Because, yeah, some people get put in, like, middle of nowhere countryside. And they still have a good time. They still have a good experience if they are put at, like, you know, a good school. Like, I think overall, I've heard the people who have, like, good experiences are, like, yeah, non-BRS classrooms. Not necessarily, but I guess it's just, like, the smaller towns or the rural communities have, like, a different vibe compared to, like, the bigger cities. But, yeah, usually, the other thing, too, I think, is that it also, in the same way that you get a little bit of a say of where you want to go. Like, in the application form, for the one that I have experience with, in the application form, there's a part where they say, or they ask you, like, do you have preferences on where you want to go? So, they do take that into account, especially if you have good reasons for wanting to go to specific places. But usually if you are like, if there's no reason to not put you in the countryside, you'll probably get put in a small town. Like, if you, usually I remember, they mentioned that like, usually bigger cities, especially like Tokyo, is usually where they send like, I don't know how to say this. I guess it's sort of like candidates or like people who apply who have like specific needs usually get put in places like Tokyo, right? So like if you apply and you're like, hi, I am religious and I have very specific dietary restrictions that I want to be able to keep up when I'm in Japan, and I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to find places where I can eat outside of Tokyo, then like they'll be more likely to put you in a big city, right? Whereas if you're like, hi, I am a 30-year-old person with no medical conditions and no religious dietary restrictions, they're more likely to put you kind of out in the middle of nowhere because they know that, you know, you'll be able to survive. She's going to Japan, Nova Scotia. So yeah, but like if you're just like I know they send a lot of the people that get sent to like Hokkaido apparently are from Canada because they know it's a mix of like Canadians are like, I want to go somewhere where the weather is similar to what I'm used to, and then like on their end they're also just like, yeah, we want to send people that we know are going to be able to like cope with cold weather. So I guess it's a win-win for people, especially I guess if you're like a person who likes like hockey or like winter sports. But yeah, I will say that Halifax is popping up much better than Toronto. I've never actually been to Halifax. I know my sister's been. She went on a school trip there. They ate lobster. I know that. They ate lobster. Yummy lobster. But yeah. Lobster. Lobster. Yummy lobster. I have my provinces mixed up. Nova Scotia is decently populated. Japan, Nunavut. Yeah, Nunavut is like really far north. But it's also kind of a unique case. But yeah. No, usually like, again, they still send people out into the countryside, but like, you don't have to, like, again, usually where you get put, it's less about like the physical location or like the kind of area it is, and more about like who do you meet once you're there, kind of. It seems to be the deciding factor in a lot of people's experiences. Japan, Edward Island. I don't know, you go to the like, there's like an Anne of Green Gables park or museum or something in Japan. I guess that's Japan, Edward Island. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do it someday, but I feel like I still have time to apply. I know it is, they do prioritize younger applicants, I think. But yeah, I feel like I still have plenty of time. I have plenty of time. Their bar for young is not that low, you know? The Japanese love Anne of Green Gables. They do. They do. There's been like multiple animated adaptations, including one that was made like this year. Like, it is very popular, I know. Apparently, like, Prince Edward Island also gets like a lot of Japanese tourists for like that specific reason. Of people who come for like Anne of Green Gables reasons. Do I need to ban somebody from YouTube chat? I don't think I've ever... Do you want to be the first? Do you want to be the first to be banned from YouTube chat? I've never actually done this before. I don't know how. How do I ban somebody from YouTube chat? Let's see. Let's see, how does this work? Put user in timeout. Let's go for 10 minutes. Congratulations, you are the first person I've ever timed out on YouTube. How does it feel? How do you feel? You can't answer because you're timed out. Congratulations. Yeah. First YouTube ban. Not ban. I don't know. I'm timing them out and hopefully they will get bored and leave. They now actually have to listen to what I'm saying. Hi, Eggy. I've just returned this week from an island in Africa. I got to swim with baby sharks. Do. But did get food poisoning. Unfortunate. The two might be unrelated, though. Well, like... I mean, I guess there's any number of things that can give you food poisoning, right? Isn't it, too, that, like, food poisoning, like, a lot of, like, typical types of food poisoning can take up to, like, 48 hours to actually, like, make you feel anything? Because I remember hearing that, like, if you get food poisoning, a lot of people will, like, assume that it's a specific thing they ate, but you don't actually know. Because, like, there's some forms of food poisoning that will, like, you know, be effective immediately, and then there's other ones that, like, don't, like, they don't actually give you any symptoms until, like, later. Because, like, I remember hearing that, like, sometimes, like, that's the reason why, like, if you go to a restaurant, like, if you get food poisoning from a restaurant, they don't do anything until there's, like, a few cases, because they can't, like, if you just, like, ate something and then felt unwell, they can't, like, instantly... Like, it could have been a thing you ate at that restaurant, or it could have been something you ate, like, you know, several days ago. Like, it could have been something you ate yesterday, right? Depends on if it's a food that takes longer to digest, perhaps. I think it also depends maybe, like, what the cause of the food poisoning is. Like, I'm sure there's probably a difference between, like, if you eat something moldy versus, like, if you eat something that has, like, a stomach virus on it or something. It's better to happen sooner, I think. Yeah, but it's not like that's a thing you get a say in. It's not like you can schedule your food poisoning. I won't tell you what to do, but today's scandal is very relevant to Japan. Okay. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, today is Friday. Today's Friday. Today's the silly scandal day. I actually learned recently that most food poisoning from sushi are actually because of the rice, not the fish. True, yes. I think rice goes bad faster than a lot of people think. Or, like, isn't there, like, some specific bacteria that can, like, develop on rice specifically? Because I think I've experienced that a couple times, where if I, like, put it in a container overnight, but I don't, like, seal the container properly, then, like, I will feel unwell the next day after eating rice. That's happened to me once or twice. But no, that checks out. Honestly, that checks out. Because the other thing, too, probably as well, is that, like, people are probably very, very careful with how they handle the fish, right? Because they know that fish can cause food poisoning. But I guess if you don't think about it for rice, then you're like... I remember hearing that, like, some, alfalfa... I think it was alfalfa. There's, like, some bean sprouts that are also, like, a common cause of food poisoning that people don't really take into account. Just because, like, usually, like, especially for, like, alfalfa, they grow in water, right? So you basically... You're leaving this in, like, closed water to grow, and then, like, I guess you can wash them before you eat them. I'm sure there's ways you can prevent it, but yeah, apparently those are also, like, a very common cause of food poisoning. I don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten alfalfa sprouts. I actually haven't had alfalfa in a really long time. I remember my dad, I used to have it all the time as a kid because my dad would grow them. But yeah, I don't think I've had them. I haven't had them in years. My case is that one needs to be very careful in tropical countries, no drinking tap water. That too. Because even, like, places, and even if it isn't, like, aren't there some places, too, where it's, like, it might be okay to drink the tap water if you already live there and, like, your body is used to it, but, like, if not, then, like, don't? Because I remember that was a thing my mom asked me when I was, like, preparing to go to Japan. She's like, can you drink the tap water? And I'm like, I think so. And, like, I didn't have any trouble with the tap water there. But, like, I don't know. It was, like, a thing my mom had where she's like, yeah, I've heard, like, you shouldn't drink the tap water if you go to other countries. And I'm, like, Googling, like, can you drink tap water in Japan? And all the sites are like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, rice needs to go in the fridge within 30 minutes. Yeah. Bacillus cereus? Bacillus? Ugh, I have hiccups now. Yeah, it's because rice is so moist, so it's an easy bacteria magnet. Yeah, and like you can't exactly make the rice dry once it's cooked, right? Or like, I guess you could, but like it's not ideal. Yeah. Starches just grow stuff easily. That's why we make bacterial cultures out of starches. Yeah. They like sugar, right? Or maybe not sugar, but like, they like carbs. Eggy is one vegetable you can't stand, but is often liked. Almost everyone has that one vegetable. For me, it's arugula. I don't care for arugula either. I don't like beets. Beets, I can't do beets in any, in pretty, well, actually, maybe pickled beets. That's like the only beets I think I can do. Yeah. You have a unique way of pronouncing alfalfa? I call it alfalfa. Alfalfa? Alfalfa? I always thought it was like al... Oh wait, but there's a second L in there. Alfalfa. Alfalfa? Alfalfa. Alfa... Alfalfa. 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 Is this a Canadian thing? I don't know. Yeah. Bacteria, bacillus, bacillus, silly. When I grew up in Africa, on her side of the family is fine with that tap water, but not me, and she's not native African, she just grew up there. Yeah, and I imagine if you, like, live there, if somebody, like, moved there and then, like, lived there for long enough, I imagine they'd eventually get to a point where, like, because, like, even if you don't drink the tap water, right, I imagine you're still, like, eating it in other forms. Like, I remember hearing people who, like, went to the Philippines, and they were, like, Googling, like, is it okay to eat shaved ice in the Philippines? Because presumably if you eat something that contains water, like, it's like, do people cook with tap water? Yeah, like ice on drinks. Yeah, exactly. It's like, is it okay to have shaved ice in the Philippines? Is it okay to have ice in your drink if you're in, like, a country that you're new to? Like, because, like, that's another thing is that, like, you don't always think about. And I mean, I imagine if you're going somewhere where, like, the water is not, like, if tap water is not typically drunk. If people don't typically drink the tap water there, I imagine they wouldn't be using it for, like, ice cubes or anything, but yeah. Yeah, did you know New York State filters this water using tiny crustaceans? Orthodox people have to do extra steps to drink it. Interesting. Do they have to, like, boil it or something? Because, like, I've definitely know some places where you have to boil the water for it to be drinkable. That exists. Even I think once in a while here. It's not very common in Canada, but I know I've seen it, I think when I was at MagFest once. 2024, I remember. It didn't end up affecting us, but there was, like, a pipe that broke in a nearby area to where Airbnb was. And I remember, like, some parts of the area were on, like, a boil warning or something, like, where it's like, you should boil your water before drinking it. And I'm like, I don't think I've never seen that happen in Canada. I know it does happen, but I don't think it's very common in big cities. Which is why I was surprised that it was happening in a big city. But, yeah. We do wash the rice, but not doing that feels wrong. Yeah, but, like, washing the rice isn't necessarily just for, like, making it less dirty. It's usually for, like, getting rid of the starches so that it's nice and fluffy and doesn't, like, gum up your rice cooker. Oh, it's safe to drink with Judaism and ban shellfish. Oh, so they have, like, an additional filter to get, like, the shrimp out? To, like, unshrimp your water. Shaved ice. What's wrong with naturally hairy ice? No, you see, you gotta shave the ice so that it's... What would hairy ice be? Would that just be like a block? That should be a cube of ice. Because, like, I don't know. I remember watching, like, seeing, like, one VTuber from the Philippines who's like, yeah, if you come here, you should try our foods. Try halo halo. Halo halo is tasty. And then somebody was like, is it halo halo is shaved ice? So, like, is it okay to have shaved ice even if you're not from the area? And he's like, actually, I don't know. But this is Fire Emblem Riz Up the Characters music. Yeah. And this is a Fire Emblem playlist because Fire Emblem was, like, the last thing announced. So I'm like, I should it was fresh on my mind. It was fresh on my mind. The only one I've played is Three Houses. I don't know, I feel like with Fire Emblems, it's like I wait to hear what other people say about it and then I decide if I'm gonna get it. But on the other hand, the problem with that is that, like, Fire Emblem seems to have the kind of fan base that thinks that it's embarrassing to say that you liked a video game. So, it's one of those things where people are like, oh, this new one sucks. And they say that about, like, every single installment in the series. Another 6 years of Three Houses discourse. We are never escaping Three Houses. I mean, wasn't it like one of the best-selling games for the Switch, like in general, like in total? Three Houses was nice, but the original Game Boy Advance Fire Emblems and the Nintendo DS ones were great too. There's a lot of Fire Emblem fan games for the GBA that are amazing. You know what I'm thinking? Is because Fire Emblem has been around for a really long time. Is this like another case, like, you know how like the best Sonic game is whichever one came out when you were 8 years old? Is it like one of those things where it's like the best Fire Emblem game is the one that came out when you were 15? Is it like one of those things like that? Where like there's one that people get specifically attached to and they're like, this is the best one, and then like every single one that comes after, they're like, not as good, not as good, not as good, not as good. Yeah. There's some places where they recommend you only buy bottled carbonated water because people sneak water into bottles without filtering it. Interesting. I mean, even people here sometimes say that, like, bottled water, they're like, it's just tap water, and it's like... I guess that might be true in other places. Yeah. There are different ways of Fire Emblems. There's the ancient NES ones for the boomers, the GBA ones for the millennials, the Nintendo DS ones, and the Switch for the zoomers. Yeah, the series has hits and stinkers, but Three Houses is pretty popular. Yeah, Three Houses is again, as someone who's like the most casual Fire Emblem knower on Earth, Three Houses is the only one I've actually played. Like, and like I liked Three Houses. I liked Three Houses a lot. But I don't know. I feel like maybe we're in the stage with Three Houses, and maybe it's just because they keep bringing it back. But like, you know how sometimes there's like a cycle of things where it's like, okay, thing comes out, gets really popular, everyone's like, this is the best thing ever. Then after like a few years, everyone has had enough time, they've like stewed in this thing for several years, and they're like, ugh, this is the worst thing ever. Thing hate. How could we ever think this thing was good? And then like something else will happen that will cause it to like kind of get a reevaluation. Like I feel like this happened with Undertale. Like sometime between the release of Undertale and Deltarune, I think it went through this entire cycle where it's like, thing good, we like this thing. Never mind, thing bad, thing cringe, we hate this thing. Thing, then either maybe a new installment is announced, or people kind of start getting into the series like ironically, and then it becomes it kind of causes people to reevaluate their like previous thoughts about it, and then you kind of get this thing where it's like, it's been long enough that people can look back on this with fondness and nostalgia, or maybe again like just people kind of reevaluate it, and now like thing beloved again, you know. I don't get the Undertale hate, but I also discovered Undertale very late. I mean, I don't know, I think Undertale is one of those things where it's like people are like, oh, I don't hate the game, I just hated the fandom, but it's like the fandom was children. You do realize that. The fandom might have been, you might have found them annoying, but these are children who are enjoying a thing. Like, you have to realize, I feel the same with a lot of things today, where it's like, I'm not going to engage with certain, like, fandoms, but it's just because it's like, yeah, they're not doing anything wrong. These are children and teenagers. Everybody here is like 14 and they're excited about a thing. That's not a crime. Like, being annoying is annoying, but like, it's not like morally incorrect to be annoying, you know? I'm stubborn, I'm like, I like this thing. People tell me I'm wrong for liking it. Now I like the thing even harder to annoy them. Getting reverse psychologied. Yeah, they are cringe but free. I know. I don't know. I think I'm old now because I look at people who are like cringe about a thing and I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. Like, yeah. I know some purists who dislike Three Houses because it was like too anime and had too much dating. I like all of them. I don't know. I liked it. I feel like isn't Fire Emblem supposed to be kind of anime? Isn't that like a bit like watching like, I don't know, My Hero Academia and being like, this is too shonen. Like, is that not what you signed up for? Yeah, always has been. Yeah, that's why I'm like confused. It's like, oh, anime? In my anime game? Transitive property, they hate the community's kids, therefore they hate kids. I don't know. Maybe it's people who are like, they have not regained contact with their inner child. Because at the very least, it's like, I mean, I can still get annoyed, but at the very least, it's like, I can't be actually mad at people who are like passionate about a thing. Yeah, I envy their lack of shame, but I also don't want to be like them. Yeah, it's like, I want to be cringe but free, but within reason. But maybe that's what's holding me back. Maybe my standards of within reason are just too high. You're a VTuber? I don't know, I feel like VTubers are gonna go through that too, right? I feel like, I mean, that happened to a certain extent, I think, right? Because you have like, you know, between 2020 and now, I think like for English VTubing, it went from this is the best thing ever to ew, VTubers cringe, to, I guess, like, reevaluation, like, but I guess VTubers are more of, like, a dynamic thing, right? Like, Undertale is gonna be the same game regardless of when you played it, right? The contents of the game itself aren't really changing. But, like, I guess VTubing is a dynamic thing, so, like, to say you like VTubers now is to, like, Gura at a baseball game. Exactly. Like, to say you are into VTubers now is different than saying it a few years ago, right? Like, and also there's probably people for whom it was like, this is cringe, and they just thought that the entire way through. There's probably that too. And for Netflix-sponsored slot VTubers, didn't Netflix have like a VTuber that they used for like 2 minutes and then never again? I seem to remember that. Wasn't she like a sheep or something? Back in my day, you'd be bullied for anime in school. Back in my day. Yeah, VTubers interacting with regular streamers has kind of normalized them, I'd say. Well, yeah, because I remember, like, at the time, I feel like every, like, 2 months, somebody's like, is VTubing dying? And the thing is that people have been asking this question since, like, January of 2021. Like, Hollow Myth had not been around for a year yet, and people were already like, is VTubing dying? But I don't know, I think the final form of VTubing is not death. It is, normalization, I think. And I think we're kind of approaching that, right? Where it's like, you know, this isn't, it's stabilizing. Exactly. It's, the novelty has worn off, but it means that now a VTuber is just another kind of streamer, right? It's just, it's rebalancing, you know? It's normal now. People kind of are aware of what this thing is. It's not like a specific niche. Because it used to be now, like, you remember how, like, it used to be that, like, VTubing was its own category, right? Like, whereas now it's like there's so many different kinds of VTubers that like you can pick 2 random VTubers and they're not gonna have anything in common aside from being VTubers, right? Yeah. The big VTuber agencies have been dying, to be honest, due to mismanagement. I don't know, I think it's more like a shift. Because I think, again, we live in interesting times. So, I don't think VTuber companies will ever die as a whole. I think it's just that we're still in the process of actually figuring out how is the best way to go about doing this, right? Yeah. It kind of now bleeds into anime cons. Yeah, it's also been different since, like, conventions have come back. That's true as well. But, yeah. No one talks about water anymore. Is water dead? Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talk about, food for a while. Is food dead? Are we just not into, I guess we were talking about rice just now, never mind. Food isn't dead, guys. False alarm. Good morning, Baxter. Yeah. Food chads, we lost. Food isn't dead. Is the water community dying? Food is dead until hunger hits. Yeah, it's the hype cycle. It's the hype cycle of food, you know? People start to get hungry, then they like see a bunch of stuff and they're like, oh, ramen's gonna be the next big thing. And other people are like, oh no, I think bread's gonna be the next big thing. Yeah, 6-hour hype cycle. And then, you know, they see like a really good looking, they see like a really good looking plate of like chicken, and they're like, oh, that's gonna be big, it's gonna be huge, it's gonna change everything. And then they try it and then they're like, ah, that was kind of disappointing. And then the hype dies down. They're not hungry anymore. They've had enough of that. Yeah. VTubers might not easily earn enough to pay agency overhead, so management might need to be lightweight and pooled between various VTubers. I don't know. I don't want to claim to be an expert, but I just think, again, I think we're in a transitionary period right now. I think. Because I think VTubing is way more accessible than it used to be, but also less profitable. Or at the very least, if it has to be, you have to be more unique about it, I think. Like, I think maybe a few years ago when people were just like, you're like, this is a VTuber, look at this anime girl. Isn't she cute? Like, I feel like that could have worked, but I feel like now you need to do a bit more, right? We've seen this before. You need to do a new thing. You know? And I think that's kind of where we're trying to go with this. Yeah. Can't wait for Gen Beta to think VTubing is super cringe because their mom did it. I think I had this, like, conversation, like, several years ago once on stream about, like, imagine being, like finding, like, a USB stick in the attic, and it's like, oh, this is my great-grandmother's VTuber model. Finding, like, your great-grandmother's live 2D model in the attic. And, like, it looks very, like, antiquated by the future standards. Yeah. I'm like, the US. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what if game streaming, what if Twitch streaming becomes an old person thing in the future? Like, do you think, like, for, like, I guess maybe it would be for, like, millennials and younger, but do you think in, like, 50 years that's going to be considered, like, an old person thing? Like, do you think that Twitch streaming is going to become, like, a thing that you do in your retirement? Like, you know, the same way that, like, people nowadays will, like, retire and, like, go fishing or something? Is that, like, gonna be a thing that's, like, one of those things you, like, retire and you're like, I need a hobby. You're like, should I learn an instrument? Maybe I'll learn to paint. Nah, I think I'll get into Twitch streaming. Like, I feel like maybe is that gonna be a thing in the future? Podcasts? Yeah, is podcasting, is that gonna become, like, a retirement thing? The elderly homes be full of PCs and consoles. I mean, wasn't it, like, I know some nursing homes apparently, like, when the Wii came out, a lot of them would apparently get Wiis. Because it's something that I guess was, like, intuitive enough for older people to learn. And also, I guess, a lot of the games would, like, you know, like Wii Sports and stuff would kind of, like, get people up and moving. Yeah. Twitch is already an old person thing? Define old. Are we talking, like, actually old, or are we talking, like, the age that children think is old, which is, like, 32? Like, I think millennials are lucky regarding aging because we have internet and games. Our grandparents still had a very IRL social kind of life, so elder life is super lonely for them. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's hard to see because I'm like, on one hand, sometimes I feel like I'm like, I have no friends, and I remember I'm like, no, I have lots of friends, they just all live very, very far away. So, like, I don't know what, like, having mostly online connection is gonna do to your brain in old age. Because, I don't know. Because, like, having mostly online friendships is not quite the same. It doesn't hit the same as being able to see people in person. But again, it's not like I'm never speaking to anybody. And it's not like we haven't been sitting in front of computers for long periods of time for, like, the past 30 years, right? Like... It's super wholesome when someone finds, like, an elderly person excited about a game, like the 90-year-old granny who played Skyrim. Yeah. Well, it's like, I guess it's just like one of those things. I guess it'll be more common in the future to have like old people who are into video games. Oh god, we're gonna have like old person video games, kind of the same way that we have like old person movies. Like, you know, you're gonna have like, you're gonna be like old and you're gonna be like trying to like introduce your children, like your great grandchildren are gonna be like, what are you playing? And then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm playing, I don't know what's popular right now that might still exist in the future. The great-grandchildren will be trying to play, like, Getting Over It or something. And you'll be like, oh, I remember that game from back in the day. We do, it's called Pong and Pac-Man. Yeah, but, like, the difference is that, like, I feel like the number of people who were playing that back in the day is not as big as the number of people nowadays who are gaming, you know? They're gonna chase remakes, I guess. Ancient ports of an ancient game. Mario will probably still exist. Oh yeah, I mean, if Mickey Mouse still exists, then Mario will definitely still exist. Mario is eternal. I'm not worried about Mario. Old person TikTok. I mean, old people already kind of use TikTok already. Like, Power Wash Simulator 2. That was literally, Power Wash Simulator 2 is actually real. That was literally in the Nintendo Direct. That was actually in the Nintendo Direct. Do you believe in VR futuristic life pods? Here, okay. My actual unironic thoughts on VR, and this is somebody who does not use VR and does not particularly like VR. I think the only way to make VR work is, one, you're gonna have to figure out how to solve the motion sickness problem for certain people, which maybe they already have, and I just missed that news. But I think the other thing too is, like, I think the thing with VR is that people, you'd have to make it really, really easy to set up, is what I'm saying. Like, you'd have to make it very easy to set up, because I think, yeah, AR is more likely first. Yeah, I think so, because that feels like it'd be easier to set up than VR. Because, like, I don't know, I just feel like if you want this technology to have, like, mass adoption, and, like, you know, my parents can't figure out how to use it without, like, incredible amounts of assistance, I just don't think it's gonna catch on, you know? Like, I just don't think it's quite gonna work. Especially if it's expensive, too. It's like, okay, you're not gonna get mass adoption by making something that nobody can afford, and everybody who can't afford it doesn't know how to use it, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get that far. At least not within my lifetime. I mean, VR in like 50 years, like the brainwave nonsense and fiction. I somehow, maybe not in 50 years, but then again, it's hard to say. I don't have any predictions for future technology. We've been wrong about all of them. Because, like, I don't know. It's also one of those things where I feel like it's very, like, it's very easy to be like, okay, this could be real in the future, but it's like, will anybody actually enjoy using it? Because I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of technology that sounds very science fiction and very futuristic, and then people will actually try it, and it's just going to be, like, incredibly, like, unpleasant to use. Like, it's just going to be really annoying, and, like, it's just going to be, like, kind of a pain, and, like, people are just going to be like, I'll just go back to using my phone. Yeah. It's fun to see those 19th century future technology predictions, like the war motorbikes with rifles. Well, I think it's funny to look back at, like, old predictions for future technology, because the thing is that people can only... They can only imagine things that they already know exist, sort of. That's probably not the best way to phrase it. But, like, you know how, like, you have the concept of, like, retrofuturism? Where it's like, oh, yeah, it's like... we have all this technology, we have like flying cars, but like society is kind of the same, you know? Like people can only imagine stuff based on what they have already seen. So it's like when people are, it's like if somebody was like, oh, I think in the future, like, audio cassettes will have way better sound quality. And it's like, well, we've already we've moved on from audio cassettes. We came up with something else. We came up with CDs, right? Yeah, they can only conceptualize what they know. So that's why, okay, do I need to ban you on YouTube? I'm banning you on YouTube. Congratulations! You are the first person to be banned from this YouTube channel. Congratulations. I can't even ban you, it just says hide user on this channel. Goodbye. Congratulations, you are the first person. You're the first person ever to be banned from my YouTube channel. How do you feel? How do you feel knowing that this is the case? Not even I could get banned. Yes, you've done the unthinkable. Yeah. Sometimes you get crazy unintentional predictions. There was that one from some ancient Greek dude, but I can't remember what. I think he imagined the internet or something. Yeah, but it's like, okay, even the internet is something that I don't think people could really, like, conceptualize of. Or, like, you know how, like, a lot of early depictions of the internet, people were talking about it as, like, a physical place? Like, the idea where it's like, oh, it's like it's like a bunch of tubes and you're like going through the tubes to get to the place that you need to go, you know? Whereas like it's not really like that at all, but yeah, that's us backwards applying to the future what they're talking about. I guess, yeah. Also fun to see those articles from the late 80s saying the internet now will never work. The fact that people were wrong about the internet has made everybody in the future super annoying because I feel like every time I see like a new technology that gets invented and then some people are against it, people are like, you know, some people were wrong about the internet. Some people were wrong about the internet. Yeah. Telegraphy network was pretty close to the internet among telegraphy operators. They had chat rooms. Yeah, but like that wasn't like commonly used. But I guess people could like conceptualize of it. Like the Mayan calendar thing, they weren't even on the Gregorian calendar because the Gregorian didn't exist yet. They could not conceive of it. Yeah. They said humans will develop flight within the next 500k to a million years, like a month and a half before the first airplane. I mean, it was, they were right. They were right. You were technically right. Well, it's like also too how like, because isn't it like when you look at like old-timey sketches of like proposed flying machines, a lot of them were trying to like emulate birds more so than be like a glider kind of thing, right? So I guess it was just like they had to change their approach. It turns out flying is not that difficult. Iggy, I'm going back to studying and lurk around. I might finish up soon. It's early, but also I started way earlier than usual, so. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I remember thinking about wireless headphones in grade school where it worked with a receiver on the other end, like mice, but it used the audio jack. I figured Bluetooth existed already. Yeah, like I think, I don't know. I mean, I guess wireless headphones are kind of useful. I think we're at the point where it's like, it's not about like, can we invent it? It's like, does this have any use? I feel like we're at the point where we're at. Because I feel like there's new stuff that gets invented all the time. But like, no one's gonna adopt it if there's not really a practical use for it. Honestly, if someone from like 200 years ago was like, how does internet work and planes and electricity? Like, I don't know how it does. It might as well just be magic to me. Yeah. I mean, it is magic. Why do you think you gotta have like an installation wizard for every program? We can make it, but how expensive is it? Yeah, well, it's not just about the price. It's like, does this actually do anything that could not already be accomplished by the existing technology for far cheaper? Like, or like that doesn't already exist in some other form. There's plenty of new things that are bought by the companies the new things would surpass, and we never see them. Common practice. Ah, yes. And probably like patents and monopolies and stuff, right? And I know there's also fields where stuff is changing faster and people actually do use the new stuff. Like, I know medicine is kind of like that, where it's like, yeah, as soon as we know that something is like safe and effective, we're gonna start using it. As opposed to like other kinds of technologies where it's like, well, but then again, I guess with medical technology, like the only people that need to understand how medical technology work is the people using it, right? It's like the doctors and surgeons and stuff, right? As opposed to, I guess, like consumer technology where it's like everybody needs to be able to understand this thing to be able to use it. Don't forget Friday Scrandle if you want to do that before you leave. Yeah, you know what? I think I've yapped long enough. We should maybe we can do Scrandle. We can do a bit of Scrandle. Let me just set that up. Let me set that up. Let me just give that a try. Make sure the right window is showing up. Waiting for Scrandle to load. Ooh, everything's so slow. Oh, here we go. Scrandle is alive. Window capture? Please? There we go. We're good. We're good. Let's go. Scrandle time. Alright, you said this one was Japan related. Is it like Oops All Japan? Is it like that one... You remember, what was that one week that it was like... Oops All, like, German cafeteria food? Is this gonna be like one of those? I know Friday's usually the silly one. Oh, this is all Japanese ones. Okay. What do we have here? We have chicken box versus yakitori bowl. So this is... We got, like, chicken on chicken. Friday is always troll day, isn't it? Yeah, Friday is always the silly one. Where it'll be like, oops, all food from one country. Or like, oops, all desserts. Or like, oops, all German cafeteria food. Or like, oops, all the worst pictures of hot dogs you've ever seen. Yeah, this is... Okay. Because I feel like usually the Japanese ones tend to win. If you have like a Japanese one versus like one from another country, I feel like the Japanese ones tend to do better. But this is like Japan on Japan. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know, because it's one of those things where I feel like the Japan ones are like... They usually tend to be like very good at presentation. So I feel like that's why they win. I know, I'm so hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. Do you know what it's like to be solving this Scrandle when you have not eaten breakfast? These both look very tasty. I'm inclined to go for the chicken box, because despite the fact it's more expensive, it feels like better value. Like, it looks like more food and, a better... There's, like, a variety of food, because you got, like, that little, like, wakame... Is it wakame there? And you got, like, the egg. So it feels like you got... The chicken box is a better variety. I'm gonna go with the chicken box. Really? Okay, that was, like, by, like, 0.4%. Oh boy, okay, what do we got here? Japan versus Korea. We got double cheeseburger versus pizza. I'm gonna go with the cheeseburger, because I think this might be, like, the burger always wins rule. What? Not the whole pizza. You know what? I forgot to look at the prices. I might have, like, screwed myself over there. Because there's definitely been times where I've, like, forgotten to look at the prices in Scrandle. And then I was like, excuse me? I lost? And then it was like, yeah, because the thing that you picked was, like, $45. Yeah, that pizza still looked good. I don't know, because I always just thought, again, burger always wins. Maybe this is what I get for thinking in absolutes. Okay, what do we got here? Premium rare Kobe beef bowl with rice and beer for 15, and then fried chicken and rice. I'm gonna be real, I imagine, like, it's gotta be the Kobe beef bowl, right? Because, like, Kobe beef, for even though it's more expensive, it comes with a beer. And also rice, I guess. Yeah, the price is expensive, but also it's Kobe beef. And also it comes with a beer. The fried chicken and rice is just fried chicken and rice, right? Like, that's just... The portion looks to be about the same, too. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. It's hard to tell. Actually, the portion for the beef might actually be bigger. It's hard to tell because they're taken from different angles and different distances away. Yeah, beef is usually more expensive than chicken, so it's fair. Yeah, and it's like fancy beef, too, right? So if it's like a fancy beef, as opposed to like default chicken. Okay, and it comes with a beer, so finally, okay, finally I got one right. Okay, what do we have? What do we have here? Yangnyeom chicken with rice kimchi and a triple whiskey highball for $7.50, and chicken katsu curry for $5.50. It's gotta be the Yangnyeom chicken, right? Because, like, I mean, the katsu curry looks like a reasonable portion, but also that one comes with a drink and sides. I mean, technically, I guess the katsu curry, technically, the curry is sort of the side. And I guess it's got cabbage. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's like a garnish. That's a garnish. That's not a side, that's a garnish. The kimchi is an actual side. Remember to second guess yourself. Spend 4 hours debating yourself. Don't just pick on vibes. I was right. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Yakisoba with stir-fried noodles with beer for $7 versus chicken teriyaki skewer. Okay, so I'm of two minds here, because on one hand, $7 for... I guess it comes with beer, so I guess it's not that overpriced. I was gonna say, like, €7, whatever the Japanese equivalent of €7 is, that's a lot of money to pay for yakisoba. I don't think yakisoba is usually that expensive. And even with a beer, and even, like, accounting for, like... Well, I guess maybe with the beer... Well, I don't know. What is €7 in yen? Like... Yeah. It's not strictly Japan, it's also Korea. Yeah, but I'm inclined to go with the skewer. I'm inclined to go with the skewer because it's, like, a much better price. Probably about, like, 1,000 yen. Yeah, because I'm trying to think, like... Yakisoba, like, a beer usually in a restaurant is maybe, like... I mean, I guess depending where you are, it's usually, like, 400 yen. Like, a beer from a konbini is usually, like, 200 yen, and from a restaurant it's usually 300, 400 yen. Then... Yakisoba is not that expensive. Like, maybe 500 yen at the most. Yakisoba looks hefty. Because the thing is, yakisoba is not, like, a very expensive thing to make. Because it's pretty much, it's just noodles. Like, it's made out of pretty cheap ingredients. Especially if it's not one, like, if there's no, like, meat or anything to it, if there's no protein on it, if it's just, like, noodles fried with, like, sauce and cabbage and seasonings. It's not, like, a terribly expensive thing, right? So that's why I'm just like, I feel like $7 for yakisoba with beer, even with the beer, feels like a lot. I'm gonna go with the skewer, even though... But the yakisoba is a much better picture, right? Like, the skewer is kind of, like, low lighting. But it still looks pretty tasty. You know what? Because of the photo quality, okay. The photo quality, I'm going with the yakisoba. Okay, what do we got? Spicy Korean fried chicken and a bulgogi burger for $14.20 versus yakiniku for $9. That does not look like $9 worth of food. I have to go, like, I feel like even though, like, the fried chicken and the bulgogi burger, despite the fact that it's more expensive, this one has, maybe this is burger rules again, because this one looks like a much better deal, even though it is more expensive. Okay, yeah. Because the one on the right looks kind of, it looks a little small. Okay, what do we got? We got strawberry bubble waffle versus curry rice. Okay. I feel like this might be like dessert debuff case. God, I love yakisoba. I know. Yakisoba pan is like the only good instance of like starch on starch. I have double standards. I like yakisoba pan, but I did not like the potato on pizza. Japan with the Scotch eggs is something I didn't think I'd see. Actually, I think eggs and curry is apparently, it's not like it's not an uncommon thing from what I've seen. Like having an egg in your curry. Pasta on pizza is good. I don't know about pasta on pizza. Like, I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of pasta and like what it's seasoned with, I guess. I feel like when you're putting carbs on carbs, what makes it make or break is just kind of like how it's seasoned. Because like yakisoba pan works because I feel like the yakisoba is like a different enough taste and texture from the bread. Whereas I feel like if it's too similar in taste or too similar in texture, taste especially. Maybe that's why I didn't like potato on pizza, is because the potatoes were not like especially well seasoned when I had them. So like a potato, if it's just like potatoes on bread and like neither of them is especially seasoned, then it just feels like you're eating a mouthful of the same thing, right? Yeah, I always associate Scotch egg with UK. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, they know what a Scotch egg is. I don't know if there's like a Japanese equivalent, but yeah. Penne or something? I guess maybe if it has like enough tomato sauce on it. I'm gonna pick the curry rice though, just due to, even though it's more expensive, just due to the dessert debuff. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, what do we got? Strawberry waffle versus takoyaki. I think this might be another dessert debuff. But also, I'm like, on the other hand, maybe that's what they want me to think. Maybe that's just what they wanted me to think. The strawberry waffle versus takoyaki, I'm like, they're not that far apart in price, so I don't think that's not the issue here. But I'm like, it's dessert debuff. But they wouldn't, would they do that to me? Would they do that to me? Would they give me 2 in a row of like dessert debuff? They must be playing mind games here. They're playing mind games here. Are we seeing the Scotch egg in Yudukam? Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually had a Scotch egg. I'm sure there's somewhere here that serves them. I've just never been to it. Now that I think of it too, I've also seen Gudetama art. I've seen like official Sanrio licensed art of Gudetama as a Scotch egg, so. Yeah, I'm not a dessert guy, but for $5 I eat the hell of that waffle. I'm gonna go, you know what, I'm inclined to, you know what, okay. Maybe this is just what they want me to believe, but I'm inclined to go with the waffle because I feel like the takoyaki, the picture's just not very good. Like the sauce is kind of just like smeared all over the lid and stuff. Like, I'm sure they're very tasty, but like, the picture's just not as good. There we go. I knew it. Okay, what do we got here? Sausage and rice cake skewer for $2.90 versus pork ramen in chicken broth with soy sauce for $5.50. I mean, I really like rice cakes. I really like rice cakes. So like if this was like only Eggy's opinion matters here, I would go with a rice cake skewer. But I don't know. I don't know if this ramen would be good. That might be a hot take. That might be a hot take, but I don't know if this ramen would be any good. The ramen looks mid. Okay, I'm glad you agree. I feel like, even within Japan, I feel like the ramen that I would have from places that do not specialize in ramen would just typically not be that good. That might be a hot take, but I feel like that's been my experience. Like, if I eat ramen and it's from a ramen shop, very tasty, very yummy. If I would go from, like, the school cafeteria, or from, even if you go to, like, a restaurant that, like, has ramen, but it's not, like, the #1 thing on their menu, it would usually just not be that good. The ramen looks like hay. I guess a little bit, not that much. I think it's just because of the way they have it in the bowl. To me, it's that this broth probably won't taste like anything. The meat looks weak. The meat looks weak and the broth doesn't look... Like, I feel like this broth would just taste like watered down salt. In my experience. I am projecting my own experience, but that's what I think it would taste like. I'm inclined to go with the skewer. I think people are wrong. Only Eggy's opinion matters. Okay, what do we got? Kiwi and sausage pizza versus spaghetti and French toast. Oh boy. We got weird combination versus weird combination. For roughly the same price. I'm inclined to go with the spaghetti and French toast because at least they're separate. The spaghetti and French toast, that doesn't feel like a thing you're supposed to eat together now that I'm looking at this. Like, this feels like something you're supposed to eat, like, separately. Like, you know, you eat your spaghetti and then the French toast is the dessert. Because usually French toast in Japan is usually more, it's considered more of a dessert thing than a breakfast thing, usually. It makes me hungry, though. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna, like, eat right after this. I'm gonna eat right after this because I didn't eat breakfast and now I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm inclined to go with the French toast. The French toast looks a little too charred, but also it has the cute little star pecks, so that's what's important. Yay! Correct. 7 out of 10. Someday I will get, like, I think I've only ever gotten, like, a scrandle. Okay, here's the thing. I've only ever gotten a full 100% 10 out of 10 once on my own. There was another time that I was on somebody else's stream, and I was, like, backseating them through it. And we got a 10 out of 10 there. But those are the only times I've gotten it completely right. Yeah, egg brunch real. I don't know what I'll have for brunch. I still have to eat... I made tofu the other day, and I need to eat the rest of it. Because I don't know how long that lasts in the fridge. I'll have to make a fresh batch of rice. I'll have to make new rice. I'll have to make... Oh god, but if I make new rice, I'm gonna have to, like, wait. I'm gonna have to wait for the rice to be cooked. Ugh. Like, it's low effort, but, like, it's high time. Man, my day is gonna be weird, so weirdly shuffled. What do I do with myself? It's only 12:30 and I'm already ending stream. What do I do with myself after that? Yeah. Scrandle's the best thing to happen to VTubing in a while. I don't know, are we all gonna become Oops All Daily Game streamers? Oops All Daily Games. Oops, oops, oops. But yeah, I think I'm gonna snooze because I think I'm gonna end stream soon. I'm not gonna start the ad. It's happening. This is the current meta. No more games, no more art, no more karaoke. We are daily games. Oops All Daily Games. What's the trendy thing to play? Scrandle. It's not Fall Guys, it's not Fortnite, Scrandle. Scrandle. We are looking at foods. I mean, it's a conversation starter. It's you show the picture of the food and you say, this looks good, and everyone in chat is like, we disagree, and then you argue with each other for a while. That's the point of it. That's the point of it. And then you like pick something, and then you're right, and you're like, yes. And then you pick something you're wrong, and you're like, excuse me, I think everyone on Earth is wrong. All of you are incorrect. But, yeah. I do need to eat, though, so I think I will look for somebody to raid. Because, yeah, I think I have, This is the wrong background. What? Okay. Go easy. Yeah, I am! I'm trying to! Give me a second. I'm seeing who's raidable. Hold on, that's wrong Twitch. There we go. Yeah. So, before I raid, I don't have anything to announce. I will make a schedule for next week, I promise. I don't know what I'm gonna do on Sunday. I might do on Sunday, because originally what I was going to do today was, there was that game I think I was talking about the other day, of like speed typing. I wanted to do that. I wanted to race you guys. I wanted to see if I'm a faster typer than anybody else in chat. But, I don't... That was supposed to happen today, and then instead the Nintendo Direct happened. So I might do that Sunday if I stream on Sunday. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, and then obviously Mahjong Monday, and then going into next week. I will continue Ocarina of Time. I guess that will be on Tuesdays for now. So that will be a thing. I promise I'm gonna try to do karaoke next week. I was gonna do it this week and then it didn't happen, so I'm gonna try to do it next week. It's fine. It's fine. I will try to make sure my internet is working every day so I can actually get to stream every day. I apologize about Wednesday. I don't know what happened. I like called tech support and they somehow got it working again without having to like come by and fix anything, so I don't know what was going on with that, but it is what it is. So, snooze that again. So, who is on? Beba's on. And she's excited about Fire Emblem. Mikan is on. What is she doing? What is she doing actually? I'm not sure what she's doing. Is this a subathon? I actually have no idea what she's doing. It's a food hand cam? She's eating something. I have no idea. I guess we can raid into her? I guess we can. There we go. Raid. Mikan the Mink. Okay. Behold. The raid has been created. What will our message be? Lunchtime raid, I guess? We can do lunchtime raid. Nintendo Direct raid? Yeah, you know what? Might as well. We're gonna do the thing where we just make the raid message the thing we were doing. Yeah, everybody copy Punk Asian. Everybody copy Punk Asian. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. But yeah, see you around? Yes, I will be back. You will see me again. But yeah, I don't think I have anything more to announce. I made a schedule for this week, and I will make a schedule for next week as well. Next week will happen, but until then, have a nice and good weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being nice and good. And oh god, I'm so hungry. I don't know if my mic is like picking up my stomach is grumbling, and I don't know if the mic is picking it up. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Thank you. Bye bye. Oh, end card.